Hello and good day, eh?
Well, how's it going, eh?
All right. All right. Welcome in, everyone, to the very special episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers. This is the Canadian edition. Holy smokes. Clover, right out of the gate with a sub. Thank you so much, eh?
You're a real champion,
So,
Clover.
so unbeknownst to you, you've actually activated my trap card, eh?
Oh no, the trap card.
We we
What's that?
we have a very special thing going on today where every sub or every 500 bits, I am going to take a shot of maple syrup. So
Oh jeez.
thank you for that sub, Clover. I'm gonna do that shot right now.
Doug,
Gotta,
are you gonna be able to make it to the end there, Doug?
we're gonna see how it goes. I might get diabetes, eh?
Oh, just a little bit, eh?
All right, here we go.
Like
Give
a
this.
dentist's dream, eh?
Oh, you know, bud. Okay, let me
Oh, yeah, bud.
let me pour the old shot glass here. Give me just a minute. Oh
my
boy.
my little quiet golden girl. Do you want me to get closer to the microphone? Is that good for you?
We are real Canadians today, eh? Ram's a bit
Hey.
quiet. Hold on, I might be able to turn you up too a little bit. Hold on.
It's a chick 1-2-fer.
Check.
1-2-fer.
I could
Double.
I could go for a twofer right now. Still just as
Alright.
quiet. Hold on, but hold on. Let me turn
Oh,
let me
damn.
turn myself down here. I got syrup all over my fingers and whatnot.
Oh jeez, bud.
I'll turn my volume down a little bit and then hopefully
This is what they call sticky fingers, eh?
don't you know. Okay, hold on. Let me know if that's better. I turned myself down a little bit so hopefully you can hear the old Bob McKenzie. Let me get this.
Oh, Canada.
All right, here we go. I got
Our home and native land.
there's a shot of maple syrup just for you, Clover. Thanks again for that sub, eh?
Oh, that's looking mighty rich there, eh?
Oh, it
that's
goes
a beauty.
that goes down real smooth, don't you know?
That's a beauty there. That's a beauty right there.
That's potent. All right. Yeah, she a thick one. That's 100% pure maple syrup right out of the tree, don't you know?
Oh,
Bud.
nice, eh?
Yeah. Excellent.
How's the volume looking there, Doug?
You sound good to me, bud.
Am I good now, bud? Oh, hey, chat. Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Am I in your ear?
Hey, chat. Can you hear Ram?
Can you hear me? I'll just play with them, eh? It's a good time.
Hopefully it's all good now, bud.
Yeah, trying to keep my stick on the ice, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to keep your stick on the ice, as True Red Green would say. I think it's a bit better, says Golden Girl. Excellent.
Oh, beauty.
All
That's
right.
what I like to hear.
Well, we got a full show for you today. Don't here. I can't even talk right now. It's the
Oh,
maple
it's all
syrup.
good.
It's already gone in my head. Funny enough, I'm listening to hockey too. There we go, a true Canadian.
Oh,
Even though
there
I
we
know
go,
you're not
eh?
from Canada, that's okay.
Oh.
We'll adopt you. We're that good of people. We adopt anyone. All right. Well,
Just
we
gotta
got
get
go.
the right papers. And what,
Well, we got a great show for you. I think we're gonna start off with a little bit of true Bob and Doug McKenzie. For
Oh,
those
yeah.
of you who are familiar with who Bob and Doug McKenzie are, they are true Canadians from Canada. Can I be an honorary Canadian? I'm from South Canada. You are indeed from South Canada.
Yeah.
You're where we go when it gets too cold here.
Clover's from Minnesota. That's basically Canada.
That's
eh?
basically Canada. We'll take it. Eh? All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're going to start off with a little bit of true Bob and Doug McKenzie. We've got a bit of a sketch here that is traditional Bob and Kenzie comedy, and
Oh yeah. eh?
we're gonna jump right into it. And
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Bob, but I'm in the hankering for a little donut.
I could go for donuts real good right now, Doug. Real
Oh
good
yeah.
right
Oh, 100%,
Donuts
bud.
would be beauty.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm over here, eh?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So like here we are at Peter's Donuts, and
Oh,
it's
take
three.
off. We
Yeah,
are not, eh?
we
We're on
we
Twitch
are.
right now.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks.
okay.
Thanks for
Okay,
blowing it.
No. Okay. No, you're right. It's
Oh,
it's
no.
3 in the morning, and we're where? Sorry, who's donuts?
Peter's Donuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peter's Donuts. All right.
Yep. All right. So like there she is at the till now. She'll see us in a minute, eh? Hey, you want your favorite donut?
Hey, over here. I'm gonna get us booted out.
Yeah, oh, good going.
Hey, over here for donuts.
Hey, don't listen to him, eh? He's a hoser.
Oh, jeez. Hey, what kind of donut you want, eh?
Oh, I'm gonna get a Kriller.
Oh, I want a pineapple filled.
Oh,
Yeah, I like glazed chocolate in the evening, and I like pineapple overnight, eh?
no. Oh, okay. Hey, one pineapple filled donut
Hey,
and
thanks.
and a 6 pack of Krillers.
6.
Yeah, yeah, for me, eh? I didn't have any dinner.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have any breakfast either.
Wait, one moment here. We got Dr. Rush sub with Prime. I'm gonna hit that shot right after we finish this bit, eh?
Oh, geez, another sub, eh? That's more syrup.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm getting a 6 pack of Krillers. I didn't have any dinner.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have any breakfast either, eh?
Oh yeah. Oh, and 2 coffees.
Yeah.
Make his black and mine's a triple sugar and triple cream.
Oh boy, go to the dentist. Okay, so like I've got a topic, eh?
Okay, okay,
For like while we're waiting for the donuts.
okay.
Um,
Go.
so you know, okay, so like in the Great White North, how we all moved to metric, right?
Yeah,
But like before anywhere else in the world, right?
yeah,
Well, like a lot of people don't know how to like figure out metric, right? So okay, so like what we're going to be looking
Well,
at
me neither.
is,
Well, I don't know.
oh well, I'll teach you then, eh?
No,
So
okay.
like there's this really there's this really fast way to do it, eh? Whereas you take the number, you double it, and you add 30. Okay, so like let's say on the radio, the man says, okay, so today it's going to be cloudy and 5 degrees, eh? So what do? You go double it. So five is 10. You add 30, so 30 10 is 40. So it's
Yeah.
the old 40 degrees, you know. So when I
Okay.
say 5 degrees, 40.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like how many beers would that be? Like if you want like a 6 pack, but in metric.
6 is 12. 6 is 12 and 30 is 40. 42 metric beers, eh?
Well, that's good
42
for
metric
me, eh?
beers. Yeah. You know?
Like count me in for metric.
Yeah. Yeah, and back bacon.
Yeah,
Like if you normally like eat a pound of back bacon, right?
yeah, yeah.
So in metric, you double that. So that's 2, and then
Uh-huh.
you add 30, and that's 32 kilos of back bacon, eh?
Okay, yeah, but like what if the speed limit is like 50 miles an hour, eh? And
Yeah.
then what do? You double it
Yeah, you double it, yeah.
and add 30. So like you can
Yeah.
go 130 miles an hour.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, it's not miles, eh? It's 130 kilometers an hour.
Oh, well, like would you get a ticket if you were going that fast?
No.
No. Oh, well, that's good because we're getting one now. Look.
Oh, jeez. These donut places, the guy's got 10 tables in 3 spots.
Yeah, well, it was your idea to park on the street, hosehead.
Oh, take off. You drove. Let's go. Hey, you get away from that
Hey,
car
hey, you
there,
go
eh?
you go talk to the guy.
Oh, well, maybe if we give the cops donuts, they won't give us tickets, eh? Hey, cops, you want some donuts?
Hey, you know what? You go pay for the donuts. I'll go talk to the cops.
Hey, look, all cops listen to this Twitch channel and like don't give us tickets, eh?
Yeah, yeah, like at least not at like a donut place, eh? Like, come on, let's get out of here.
We'll give you donuts if you don't give us tickets, eh?
Yeah, we'll mail them to you.
Jeez, we'll mail 'em. Again with these donut places, oh man, they never have what you want, eh? Jeez.
And scene, eh?
Oh yeah, eh?
There's a bit of classic Bob and Doug for you. So we had a couple of subs as well as 500 bits there. I think if my metric is correct, I've got 3 shots I got to take here of the maple syrup. So give me.
What is that? It's like what, 500? You double that, that's 1,000. Yeah, that's like 1,030 metric bits there, Kiwi.
That's a lot of bits, eh?
Yeah, you
we're
could
at-
almost buy
we-
a
we got
quarter
the
of a
old-
moose for that one.
We got the old hype train going too. Welcome in everyone. Hey,
Well,
Justice Fire.
choo on the old Canadian rail, the old CP, if you know what I mean, eh?
I see what you're doing there. All right, so we
Oh,
got
yeah.
ourselves another maple syrup shot here. Hold on, I'm getting sticky.
Wouldn't be the first time, eh?
Heyo. Oh man.
Ayo.
Heyo. All right, here we go. So here's shot 1 of 3 I gotta do. I got my maple syrup shot ready to go. We got
Yeah,
some
I'll drink my root beer with you.
we
In
got some very
solidarity
delicious
there.
maple syrup. All right, here we go. Maple scented money. All right.
All right.
Oh yeah, always goes down smooth, bud.
Oh, beauty.
So that's one.
Beauty right there.
Whew. That is a lot of maple syrup. Man, if I get through this whole thing, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have diabetes. Eh?
How's it going, Just Inspired? I'm doing all right. And you gotta watch out for that Beatus, eh?
All right.
She'll sneak up on you quick.
Here's 2.
Oh, I gotta do another drink with it.
Whew.
Hold on.
And we got another gift sub. Thank you for that gift sub, Cup of Kiwi to Justice Pirate.
We're just ripping through these right now.
This is gonna be me all night. Oh boy.
You're gonna be on a sugar high by the time we're done this one, eh?
It's gonna be a spicy one, bud. All right, here we go. So here's 3. Oh, that's good stuff.
That's good stuff. I can smell it from over here, eh?
Oh yeah, bud.
I'd be lying if I wasn't jealous.
And we got one more for the old gift sub. Thank you again for the gift sub.
And how's it going, Crafty? I saw that Streamlabs is a little bit cranky. I think it woke up on the wrong side of the Wheaties and you got timed out. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh boy.
Bud. Please refrain from posting links. Oh yeah, Streamlabs doesn't like the links very much, bud.
Also, please refrain from posting cougars and grizzlies too. They're just as dangerous as lynx are sometimes.
I see what you did there, bud. Excellent, eh?
Humor for you.
All right, so I think our next segment, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of a quiz, bud. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because not everybody here knows as much as we do about the old Great White North, eh?
Absolutely. So give me 2 seconds here while I fire it up, and you should see it as an overlay to everyone in chat. Give me 2 metric seconds here.
Which, if you double it and add 30, it's about 34 seconds. It's just so that you're in the know.
Exactly. Okay, so give me 1 sec here. We got. Hold on. Did this not save from before? Oh no, it didn't save from before. We're missing 10 of our questions.
Oh, is it trying to heck you?
Oh, that's okay. 10 questions is still better than nothing, eh?
Well, how's it going there, Digital Frog? It's going good, eh?
All right. So one thing. So a couple of things. When you see the quiz, you are going to need to sign in with your Twitch. That way we know it's you, eh? So we know who the winner is. Otherwise, it just gives us a weird number, eh? Yeah, I take Kiwi says, take a shot of maple syrup if you like Trent better than me. If you like me better, do nothing. I see what you're doing there. I'm not going to fall for your traps, your ensnarements, as they say.
Yeah, you hoser. Jeez.
Take off, eh? Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a quiz to do. And whoever wins the quiz, you get a VIP to not only my channel, but also Hosehead's over here.
Wait, who are you calling a hosehead? Hosehead?
Yeah, you're the Hosehead here. Just saying.
Take off, eh? Just get on with the quiz, eh?
All right, so here we go. We're gonna start the game. Hopefully you can see it. So we've got a question here. There might be a bit of a delay if you're on mobile. You should be able to log in. Hopefully you can log in. Is everyone able to log in?
Which of these oceans does not border Canada, eh?
It's a good question. I don't know if do I know the answer? I think I know the answer. Eh?
I think it's Frank Ocean.
Yeah, how do I log in? Hold on, people are having issues. It's Frank Ocean.
Do we start the quiz over? We should probably start.
Is everybody able to get in? Eh? Billy Ocean.
It's Billy Ocean.
Frank Ocean. I don't see any. Oh, hold on. We're having some issues here. Hold the phone for a moment.
Oh no, eh?
Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Let me look and see. Are you able to see the? Can you see the overlay, Hosehead?
Well, I'm seeing the overlay on your stream there. I haven't tried clicking on her though.
You should see it says quiz kit.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's on my it's on the right hand side about middle in when I hover the mouse over it there, eh?
So Clover can get in.
I mean, they got to be on desktop there to get it working.
I don't think so, eh? Because when I did this a while back for Extra Life, I think people on the mobile could do it too.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then on the old mobile there. Let me see if I can pull this up on.
Okay, you check. We're doing a little bit of troubleshooting here, but
Gotta pull it up
Choo
on
choo
the
is
old
right. Oh,
Alexander Graham Bell, if you know what I mean, eh?
thank you everyone for the hype train, eh? It was like very, very Canadian of you.
So, Chad, if you're on mobile here, like right above where that little chat box is, you're gonna see two different little squares here,
Mm-hmm.
and if
Mm-hmm.
you tap that little guy, it's gonna pop up with Quiz Kit and sound alerts there, eh? And you're gonna want to make sure that you're on Quiz Kit, and that'll be the one that you're wanting to go through there.
There we go. And yes, Justice Pirate, this is a perfect glimpse of our childhood. 100%.
How we were
100%
raised,
in metric, which if you double it and add 30 is 230% for you Americans.
200%, eh? Because we like just we got a giver, right?
All right, here we go. Let's try this again, eh? All right.
All right.
There's a mobile high latency mode. This will increase the... Hold on. This will increase the
Oh,
wait between questions significantly.
Clover, the host head on my right and your left is Doug, eh? I'm Bob.
Hold on, hold on. It says mobile viewers may have a higher latency. Enable this mode to keep questions and video in sync for these players. Okay, so that should
Alrighty.
work. That should work. All right,
That sounds
so
good to me,
I'll
eh?
start the quiz. Let's try this again.
All right, eh?
Second time is better than the first, eh?
Yeah, right. First the worst, second the best, eh?
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. All right. So it says sending rules to players. So we got to give it a minute so everyone can see it, eh?
Oh yeah, eh?
Even my kitchen sinks. There you go.
Hit.
All right, I can start the game here. Let's try this again. All right, so it's the same first question, eh? Which of the following oceans does not border Canada?
Is it the Indian, or is it the Arctic, or the Pacific, or is it the old sweet Atlantic there on the other side?
Give it a
Could be
couple of
any of them,
seconds.
really,
Yeah. Except Billy, not Billy Ocean, eh?
or Frank Ocean, eh?
I
Or
already know I
Ocean's
answered.
11. Oh, I saw Frog there in the chat. Type it out just as I said it, eh? With the old Ocean's 11.
Checks out, bud. Okay.
Oh yeah, don't you know?
It just says waiting for players, eh? Hold on. It might be because of the latency.
It very well could be, eh?
All right, let's reveal that answer.
Let's do it.
It is, in fact, the Indian Ocean.
Surprise, surprise.
Who knew? I answered your question, Hosehead. I have a
All right, there,
latency
Hose
allergy.
Nose.
All right, maybe it's best that there's only 10 questions because with the latency, it's kind of slowing it down, eh?
Oh yeah, she's chugging along like a herd of turtles stampeding through peanut butter, eh?
Checks out, bud. All
Oh
right.
yeah, bud.
So it says sending to players. All right, here we go. Next question. Working on it.
All right. Next
All right.
question is:
Go ahead and read that.
in Saskatchewan is a weird province.
True.
What name do they use to refer to a hoodie or a hooded sweatshirt, eh? Is it a hoodlum?
Mhm.
Is it a jackie?
Mhm.
Is it a kanga? Or is it a bunny hug?
Those all sound
Which
weird to
is
me,
it?
bud.
Oh, they all sound, even Saskatchewan sounds weird, eh?
I mean, you're not wrong there, bud. All right, what's it gonna be? Like that song? Or is that how's it gonna be? I may have just butchered that.
Oh, I don't know.
Somewhere along Regina's sea, I'll make a guess. Yep. More like Saskatchewan. Yeah, that's a very good point, Clover.
True enough, eh?
Yeah.
True enough. Over in here with the deep truths, eh? Deep truths.
Deep truths. All right, I'm ready to reveal the answer now. And the answer is a bunny hug.
Weirdos.
Looks like 6 of you got that right. Good job, eh?
Yeah, you hosers.
Justice Pirate says whoops. This is a tricky quiz, especially if you don't actually live in Canada, eh? So
That's why we're learning it.
it's why we're actually going to have a double prize. So if the first place person is a Canadian, then the next place person who is not a Canadian also gets a prize. So
True, eh?
try and even it out a little bit. Too much beer pressure. Kangaroos are pretty cute, eh? All right, here we
Take
go.
Beer pressure over bear pressure, eh?
Yeah, no doubt. All right, here we go. Next one. How many time zones does Canada span, eh? Is it 4, 5, 6, or 7?
All I know is that daylight savings time sucks. That's all I gotta say about time zones.
No doubt, eh? It's the worst.
You
Absolutely.
wake up one morning and the government's taking an hour of your daytime away, or they give you an hour of your daytime back, but it's messes with my
As
schedule.
as
Eh?
someone with kids, I don't get that hour back. It doesn't
Oh,
come back. I don't get it. They get up, they wake up at the same time, and I just lose it. It's like I lose that hour again every time. Daylight savings, I lose an hour. Doesn't matter.
they're messing with that circadian rhythm, eh?
All right, so here we go. The answer is six time zones in Canada. Ooh, that was a tricky one. Fooled most of you, eh?
So
Only
you
two
got
people.
the Eastern time zone, you got the Mountain Standard, you got the Central, you got the Atlantic, you got the what
Pacific,
is it, the Pacific.
and
I'm
then
specific.
Newfoundland. Newfoundland
And
has their own time zone.
yeah, they're only a half an hour ahead of the regular
They
Atlantic time. Eh?
they don't play nice sometimes. They get their own time zone. That's like being in timeout. They're like, all right, go sit over here for half an hour.
So if it's 9 o'clock Atlantic time on that Eastern Seaboard, it's actually 9:30 in Newfoundland because they're weird like that.
All right, so we got our next question here. All right, what is the tallest mountain found in Canada? Is it
That's
Mount
these bad
Mount?
boys right here. I'm
Oh,
telling you what.
look at those
You seeing
mountains.
these? You seeing these mountains, eh?
Those are pretty big mountains, but
Oh
so
yeah, eh?
so really the options are Mount Logan, Devil's Paw. Well, that sounds spooky, eh? Castle
Oh,
Mountain or Mount Norquay. No googling. I'm playing fair. Well, you get a bonus, eh, for answering it quicker than other folks. So
I googled it a donut once, and the guy behind the counter asked if I was just gonna buy it or stare at it, eh?
that checks out, eh? I think it's
Right?
Mount Wolverine. I see what you did there, Justice, and I like it. The only mountains close to me are attached to my chest. Hey, oh.
Hey, oh,
Mine are more like prairies, if you catch my meaning. All right,
like Saskatchewan.
let's reveal that answer. So the answer is Mount Logan. Hey, good
Oh
job,
yeah.
eh? Look at all the people that got that right. That was a good job.
All you geologists in chat showing up out of the woodwork, eh?
We got a bunch of smarties in here, hey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mama didn't raise no hose heads.
We are almost halfway through the quiz. Let's do one more question, and then we'll pull up the current scores, see who's kind of in the lead, eh? So we got
Oh
one
yeah.
more we got one more question. We'll check and see who's in charge.
Hey, can I read this one?
Oh yeah, go for it, bud.
All right. Hey, chat, which one of these is not a Canadian city, eh? Is it Dildo? Is it Crotch Lake? Is it Balls Creek? Or is it Finger Butte?
The funny thing is, all of these but one is actually a Canadian city.
It's a true story, eh?
True story. Just remember that all the people that died on Mount Everest were once highly motivated. Stay lazy, stay alive. No, yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
sure, pretty sure my doctor gave me a Finger Butte the other day when I had my physical, eh?
Is that when you found out that you were actually at a Starbucks?
True.
It's the worst feeling, eh?
Oh, I know, eh?
All right, let's see. Let's see. It says waiting for players. Oh, right, because of the delay. All right, here we go. We got the
Wait for
answer.
hose heads.
So the answer is Finger Butte. Finger Butte is not a real Canadian city. Dildo is in fact a Canadian city. Gifmo Pescatore, thank you very much for that follow, eh? Much appreciated.
Hey, that's Gifmo right
Yeah,
there, eh?
Dildo is in Newfoundland, I think. Isn't Dildo in Newfoundland? I can't remember.
I think you're right there, bud.
The funny thing is, I think most of these are out east. Checks out, eh?
Doesn't surprise me at all, eh? Bunch of weirdos out there.
All right, let's show the scores. See where we're at so far. Let's see. Show
yeah.
scores. So
Count 'em
far,
up, eh?
so far we have Diggin Hawk in first place with 17,532 points. That's a pretty good score, eh?
Well, you know he's Canadian, eh?
Yeah. Speaking of Finger Butte, Clover's right behind him. Only like 200 points behind. That's pretty good. And then contestant number 8. I don't know who you are, but you're doing pretty good. Everybody else, not so hot.
Everybody else, this isn't golf, eh?
Yeah.
You want to be in the positives, eh?
Yeah, that golden girl, you are not in fact winning.
It looks like Digital Frog is number 8 there, eh? Contestant 8.
Okay, got it. All right, next question. All right, question number 6. Which of the following comic book characters is not a Canadian, eh? Is it Deadpool, Captain Canuck, Emma Frost, or Wolverine? Yeah, Poor That Golden Girl is so Canadian though. It's very true, which makes me a little bit embarrassed because she's technically my wife, eh?
Yeah, I know, eh?
For shame. For shame. All right, let's see. Who's it going to be? Dang, I'm too late to play doggone. Oh, it's all good. You can jump in. Only 3 people have a positive score, so you're
It
you're
could go either
you're
way. Eh?
probably at an advantage starting now if I'm being completely honest with you.
Basically bumps you right up to 4th place, just starting in fresh.
All right, waiting for players. It says, let's see. Which of the following comic book characters is not a Canadian? Let's
Hey,
reveal.
Google, shut up, eh? I'm trying to do a show over here.
Don't
You
tell me my
dingus.
business. All right, so looks like the answer is Emma Frost. I think she's actually from Boston, eh? It's pretty close.
That's true, eh?
Just like right across the pond, eh? Oh, heck, says Clover. JF Raptor
Hey,
fan, welcome in. Welcome,
welcome in, bud. Welcome in. Eh?
welcome in. I clicked that as it went to 0, and now I am sad. Oh,
Good to see your beauty face. Eh?
that's a rough one, eh? All right, no kerfuffles in chat. Let's go to the next question.
Yeah. Nobody's jersey and nobody.
Yeah.
All right, here's
okay.
the
You
question.
you read this one.
All right, all right. Hey, chat. Canada has 2 official national sports, eh? And I want to know what they are. Is it hockey and basketball? Is it hockey and ringette? Is it curling and hockey, or is it lacrosse and hockey?
I love how hockey's in all of these because I don't think anyone would pick an answer that didn't have hockey in it.
No, that's true, eh? That's true.
Yeah.
Digital frog in there with the old call of the wild.
And that's how we call out to each other in Canada. If it's dinner time, you just shout that out. If it's not dinner time, you also just shout that out.
Still just shout it out. Yeah.
You just do it.
Say.
Yep, 100%, bud. All right, let's see. It still says waiting for players. All right, I got that. Oh, here we go. We can reveal the answer now for all of you. And the answer is lacrosse and hockey. So ringette Gifmo, imagine hockey players, you know when they get mad? And this is the true story of how ringette was formed. So hockey players, when they get mad, back before they had those nice composite sticks that don't snap so easy when they was just using wood, you snap it, and then you end up with just
real easy.
You end up with just the handle of your stick. You don't have the blade on the end, right? And so they said, well, we still got to be able to play. Still got to be able to play hockey. And so then ringette was born. They drilled a hole in the middle of the puck, so that way it's basically like a little ring. And then they take the broken hockey stick and they dangle it in the middle, and it's like you're scrambling eggs almost, right? And then you just whip it. You just whip it at the net, and that's how you play ringette.
It's like playing ground baseball, but with hula hoops, and it's like hockey rules, eh?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Except that in Canada, it's a girls' game. Boys don't play ringette.
Well, not normally, eh?
Well, I mean, I suppose you could, and maybe times have changed.
I'm sure they got mixed teams and such out there somewhere, eh?
Yeah, exactly, Gifmo. You put the stick right in the puck hole. That's right where it goes, eh?
It's usually because that sport's too rough for boys. That's why they don't let the boys play.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's too rough.
Too rough. All right, next question. Sticks and holes. All right, question number 8. The NBA team Memphis Grizzlies used to hail from which Canadian city, eh? This is a true story. They used to be in Canada a long time ago when I was just a young hoser. Mm-hmm. So your options are Montreal, Victoria, Calgary, or Vancouver.
I gotta say, I really liked the green and teal motif of them Grizzlies, eh?
He was pretty good. I think it's still kind of the same motif, is it not?
Oh, I don't even know anymore, eh? Ever since they left Canada, they've been dead to me.
That's fair. Used to have a hat, says Dr. Rush. I used to have a t-shirt, I think, too.
I think you also had a windbreaker there, Doug.
I think you're correct. Yep. That is also accurate. All right, waiting for players, it says.
Because sometimes you just got to break some wind.
I see what you did there, and I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, eh?
Okay, let's reveal this answer. We're almost there. The answer is Vancouver.
Vancouver. Closers out on that west end, eh?
Great job, eh?
Claps all around there.
Hopefully not everyone's got the clap, eh?
Yeah, hopefully not, eh?
Yeah. Play it safe. Keep your stick on the ice.
Or
Losing,
keep your stick in a rubber, whatever works for you.
losing my second place lead. It's okay, Clover, because so long as you're the top American, you still get a prize.
True story.
Yeah, yeah, Gifmo, we did address that earlier. This is not in fact golf. we the winner is not the one with the highest negative points. All right,
True story.
let's do this thing. All right, next question. There's 2 questions left.
All right.
Which of the following bands is not Canadian? Is it Arcade Fire? Is it the Guess Who? Is it Double Experience? Or is it Spooky Tooth? Correction, I'm the top Southern Canadian, says Clover. That checks out.
That checks out, eh? That's beauty. That's beauty.
All right, all right. So we'll give it a minute here just for it to give me the option here to reveal the answer.
If we're waiting on players again, like it says, I mean, it's makes us no different than Calgary Flames waiting on some good players. You know what I mean?
And good coaches and
Yeah,
talent.
good coaches too, eh? That's the big difference between the Calgary Flames and a cigarette machine. Is a cigarette machine has real players.
Hey, all right, let's reveal that answer. And the answer is Spooky Tooth. Spooky Tooth is not a Canadian band, eh?
My guess would have been the Double Experience, eh? But I hear they're Canadian, eh?
They are in fact Canadian. They hail from a little town called Ottawa. If you've ever heard of it. Yeah, yeah, Kiwi. Thank you for that shout out to Double Experience. What do the Flames and Teabags have in common? What do the Flames and Teabags have in common, Digital Frog? See, Destin Moon, that's why I put that in there. I knew that people would get the Who and the Guess Who mixed up. It was a trick. It was a tricky thing.
You fell for my trap card, eh?
Full of holes and only good for 1 cup. Ooh. Ooh. That hits a little close to home, eh? They're from Winnipeg. Yep, that's true. All
That's
right.
like Winterpeg, eh?
You want to take us home there, Bob?
Yeah, which of the following movies has the most scenes that take place in Canada? Are we talking Gone in 60 Seconds, Canadian Bacon, Marley and Me, or Scott Pilgrim versus the World, eh? Which one has the most scenes filmed in Canada?
Or that take place in Canada, I think. Yeah, not necessarily
take
filmed in
place
Canada, but they
in Canada.
take
True
place.
story.
Yep.
They take place in Canada.
That's true. They were robbed of the second cup. 2004. I remember. I was there. It was a terrible, terrible, tragic
Calgary
loss.
Flames versus Tampa Bay Lightning, eh?
Yeah. We lost to a team that doesn't even have snow where they live, eh? Like, how does that happen? So if I'm at negative 42K, does that mean I have all the right answers in a wrong world? Yeah, in like Earth 3, maybe. All right, let's reveal the answer to this last one, eh? That goal was in. All right, and the correct answer is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. The tricky one there is the tricky one there, yeah, is Canadian Bacon. A lot of that movie actually takes place in the United States, eh? But Scott Pilgrim versus the World, almost the whole movie takes place in the Toronto area. Sneaky.
Here's to you, Toronto.
Here's mud in your eye, Toronto. All right, let's show the old final results, eh? See who our top dog is.
Oh, tally him up. That'd be a beaut.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. What a beaut. So Diggin' Hawk wrapping it up with 135,000 points. Holy smokes, eh? Like almost doubled second place. Hey, Golden Girl, you made a comeback in that second half. You had us in the first, but you came back in the second. Dr. Rush MD, also a Canadian. Contestant number 8 we know is Digital Frog, also a Canadian, which means Cup of Kiwi. You are our top American with 34,000 points. Great job, eh?
Yeah, great job, eh? Claps, but not that kind of claps, but round of applause, eh?
Yeah, Golden Girl, you redeemed yourself. So top spot, Diggin' Hawk is our Canadian. You get a prize. You get VIP to both Dr. Rams and my channel, and then Cup of Kiwi as our top American or Southern Canadian, as we may call you. You get that next spot. Gifmo is the top Luxembourger. Excellent. I think you are our only Luxembourger.
And Kiwi is also dubbed by way of Her Majesty the official beaver, an official Canadian, eh?
Great job, eh?
Great job there, Kiwi.
All right.
Great job.
All right, I'm gonna end the game, eh? Okay.
That's probably a good idea.
All right, it's done. All right. So the next segment that we wanted to get into. So we know that we give a lot of grief to our American friends down south, particularly those in Florida. Um,
Yeah.
and so we figured we had to redeem them a little bit, or at least, be balanced. And so we've got a few Canada man stories to share with you. And I'm just going to switch the screen here so we can go in ahead and do that, eh?
Lots of hoser stories. Let's check them out, eh?
Oh yeah, all the hosers. Thanks, guys. I literally have 30 Toronto Blue Jays hats. That's my boy, eh? Holy cow.
Welcome to the Great White North, eh?
Thank you, Anonymous, for playing that Find a Way. And for the Rick roll. Thank you, Kiwi, for that Rick roll. My alert is really tiny there. I don't know what happened. That's really strange. Never gonna say goodbye. Thank you for that Rick roll. The jump scare is off. My favorite one too. Oh no.
The only jump scare in Canada is open up the fridge and finding out you're out of twofers.
Ooh. Isn't that right, eh? Never
That's a
gonna
jump scare
gift
and a
mode.
half, eh?
Maybe the alert went into cold water. Well, that's very possible. Hey, Daddy Reynolds, welcome in, bud. How you doing, eh?
Hey, how's it going, Daddy Reynolds? Good to see you, bud.
We are about to enjoy some Canada man stories.
Yeah, eh?
So we couldn't find any headlines that actually said Canada man like they do in Florida where they say Florida man. And so
True, no.
we did find some good stories that hail from Canada. And so we're going to read some of those here for you and have a little chat. So I think Bob, this was one of yours, eh?
Yeah, eh? So the most Canadian car thief ever returned stolen vehicle with a full tank of gas, eh?
That's
So
just
basically
just consider
this
it.
woman out in Nova Scotia steals this car, but turns out she didn't actually mean to. She just thought it was her car. And so when she accidentally drove off and realized halfway down it wasn't hers, she turned around, gave it a full tank, and put it back where she found it, eh?
What a pleasant woman, eh? Like what
Yeah,
a sweetheart.
what an absolute beaut. What
What
a
a beaut.
sweetheart, eh?
Yeah. Let's give her a nice Canadian salute for that, eh? Oh, Canadian salute. Okay. Digital Frog says, "Did you know that Disney's Up is the only one of Rick Astley's movies that he doesn't loan out to anyone? Never gonna give you up."
Give you up, eh?
That's
We're seeing right through your jokes now, Frog. You hose head. Take off, eh?
Take off.
Take
All right.
off.
So very similar to the story that you just read. Here's another one out of Nova Scotia. RCMP, which for those that are not in the know, the RCMP is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, eh? Those are the guys that wear the nice red jackets, so that way you can't see when they bleed. And they're basically most of our police in the rural areas. So anyways,
They're also the sole
the
reason why we
Mounties.
don't have any rats in Alberta, eh?
Yep. Yeah, they did a good job here, eh? So anyways, the RCMP reminds Nova Scotians to lock their doors after pair enter the wrong home and clean it. Could you imagine just walking into somebody's house and being like, "All right, I think I'm just going to clean this place and then I'll take off, eh?" Sounds good to me.
Why is my jersey spotless, eh?
That's just next level wholesome, eh?
You washed out the trophies on my jersey.
That must have been a Flames jersey, eh?
Yeah, probably, eh?
I think this is another one of mine. All right, another foot washed up in British Columbia. Authorities are not alarmed.
It's true, eh?
I don't even know where to go with that one, eh? Like, could you imagine?
I would just think that it's probably because the authorities now have another leg up on whoever's doing it, eh?
Oh, I see what you did there, bud. What a headline. Could you imagine
I know,
though?
right?
They're just like,
More
you
of
know
a
what?
foot line, eh?
They're like, you know what? It's all right. We'll just leave it alone, eh? It's mine, its own business. The foot's not doing any harm to no one.
True enough, eh?
We're just gonna let it go. Let it go, eh?
The foot's just being a champion, eh?
I once saw Canadian graffiti on a washroom wall. Your mother is a nice person. See, that's just typical Canadian graffiti, eh? Like
It's true. I mean, your mom is a nice person, eh? She invited us over for that potato casserole the other day. And, no, she's pretty nice, eh?
It was delightful. It was probably an American foot. They might be worried if a meter washed up on shore. I see what you did there, Timmy. Hey-oh. Fastest drinking game ever. Take a shot every time the brothers say "eh." Yeah, you're gonna get drunk in like 2 minutes, eh?
No way. Oh, jeez, eh?
All right, I think this is one of yours there, Bob.
It probably is, eh? So, way out in Saskatchewan, this goat gets arrested after walking into a Tim Hortons, and refuses to leave. Quote, the goat, he was very unhappy.
Hmm.
So basically, yeah, it's 2015 out in Saskatchewan. You're having a nice double double sitting down at Timmy's. A goat walks in and doesn't want to leave, eh? I mean, it's
Can you blame
pretty
him
cut and
though?
dry.
Can you blame him?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to leave the Timmy's. They got donuts. They got everything you need there.
Donuts, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
probably roll up the rim, eh?
It probably was. He probably won something too, and he's trying to like redeem it, and they're telling him no. That seems very un-Canadian.
Probably, eh?
Yeah.
True story.
But says TK again, Saskatchewan. Yep, checks out. Yeah.
True enough, eh?
I think there was another story similar to that not long ago too, actually here in Alberta, where a couple drove through the Timmy's drive-through with a bear in their car.
Yeah, that's true, eh?
Yeah, they just picked it up off the road and decided to stop for a Timmy's. That checks out.
Checks out, eh?
All right. I think this was one of mine. Southern Alberta RCMP uncovers suspected car thief hiding in a haystack. That seems legit. Oh, we have a gift sub from Daddy Reynolds to Gifmo Pescatore. So you know what that means? That means it's time
Wowzers, eh?
that's time for another maple syrup shot. Give me a moment
That's another
here while
maple
I-
syrup shot right there, eh?
Whoa.
So for those of you in chat who've just joined us, eh, this hosehead over here, Doug, is taking a maple syrup shot for every time somebody either resubs, subscribes for first time, or gifts a sub to some other hoser there in chat, eh? So if you want to make him go to the dentist by the time this Twitch stream
My-
is done, just keep gifting them. Eh?
My teeth are already literally falling out, eh? Here we go. Oh yeah. It goes down smooth. For those of you who are curious of the vintage, it's a very delightful 100% pure maple syrup. Diabetes. Woo.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that beatus there, ATK.
I feel like it's like coated my teeth already, eh? Thank you again for that gift sub.
Protecting them from further damage, eh?
Yeah.
It's like cryogenically freezing them, but except you're using maple syrup instead of the
TK
chill. Eh?
says he can't read the label, eh? You want, here, I'm gonna flip it to the other
the big
screen
ol'-
really quick. The big screen.
Do a big ol' yeah.
Give you a chance to see. Oh, here we go. 100% pure maple syrup, grade A, amber, rich taste. It's a good vintage. Official sponsor. Yeah, we're sponsored, eh?
Yeah, eh? we hit the big time, eh?
Maple syrup is Canadian fillings. I mean, that's probably accurate, eh? It's almost like you remember in Jurassic Park where they had that mosquito that was trapped in the amber. That's actually maple syrup, really.
That's basically maple syrup. Eh?
So really, what we're saying is dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were all Canadian. That's what I
true.
get. That's what I get from that.
They were born from the syrup,
Yep.
raised by it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got a higher grade than Doug did in school. Wait, what? Get out of here, eh?
Who's
Here,
saying
my-
that? What
here,
hosehead
my-
in chat saying that, eh?
All right, let's move on, eh? I think this is one of yours. Speaking of maple syrup,
Speaking of maple syrup, eh? So 3 men were arrested for an $18 million Quebec maple syrup heist, eh?
I remember this, eh? This was big news.
I remember this too, eh? I was a young adult when this all went down, but about for you Americans, about 300 tons of the old sweet stuff there were stolen back in 2011, 2012 from a storage facility in Canada. Basically made about 1/10 of Quebec's maple syrup supply that they absconded with, and they didn't actually catch the guys until about 2017.
It's like the only time where I was actually debating voting in favor of capital punishment, eh? Like,
True
like
enough.
you don't just walk into a man's house and take his syrup, eh? Like that's just not okay. Yeah, 3,000 tons. That's a lot of tons of
You
syrup.
can walk
eh?
into a man's house and leave your shoes on, but you can't walk into a man's house and steal his maple syrup, eh? There's
Yeah.
a line.
Like you can come in, you can take my vinyl, you can take my car, but you take my maple syrup and we're gonna have hands. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you're scuffing my plaid there, eh?
Yeah. just
You're
scuffing
gonna
my
scuff my plaid.
Yeah, that's like at least 3 wheelbarrows of syrup. Yeah, what if I tapped your tree? If you tap my tree, you're probably not gonna get much. Eh? I've already downed the whole thing. Or 4 Dukes, yeah. Yeah, what do you fence that for? What do you fence the 3,000 tons of syrup. Like, what's the trade? Are we trading in beaver pelts still? Blankets?
I'm trying to figure out if they serve them in bags like they do with the milk out east, eh?
Hmm.
Do you want a bag of maple syrup or do you want a bottle, eh?
Yeah.
Or a
Oh,
jug?
this was a weird one too. It looks like it's cut off the headline, so I'll just read it quick here for you. But this is another one of yours, Bob. This is
Oh yeah.
the story of the stolen Yukon tow.
Oh yeah, eh? So this one's a bit of a weird one, eh? So out in the Yukon there, out by Dawson City, they got this bar right where it's kind of customary to do a shot with this old mummified looking toe. Got the toenail on it and everything,
It's
and
like not even it's not even like mummified looking. It's just straight up mummified, eh? Like
it's just straight
it's
mummified.
a
Eh?
mummified. Like if you remember previously, we were talking about the show The Mummy. This is Brendan Fraser's toe.
It's true, eh? He's looking for Imhotep's toe. But basically, some hose had absconded with it, but they ended up finding it again later, and yeah, it was returned actually with a note of apology for stealing the toe. So I mean, whoever the hose head was, at least felt a little bit of remorse for taking her.
It makes you wonder though, like what gets into your head that you think, hey, to make this booze a little bit better, let's throw 1,000-year-old toe in there.
Let's put a toe in there, eh?
Yeah. Or actually, it even says here it's from a 1920s rum runner who preserved his frostbitten amputated big toe in a jar of alcohol in his cabin. That's pretty metal. Just
At
saying.
least you know it's sanitary, eh?
I suppose, eh? Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, this
Alright,
is
what's
another
the
one of
next?
yours. The naked kidnapping.
Oh, yeah, eh?
This one was
This
a little
one's
more
a bit of
recent, I
a
think,
weird
wasn't
one.
it?
This one was a little bit more recent. I think this one was just a couple of years ago, maybe even closer. But basically, this couple and their kid got grabbed and thrown into a vehicle full of naked people that drove around for probably a good couple clicks before they kind of were able to hop out of the vehicle and escape. Nobody exactly knows why the people were naked. My guess is they were probably on their way north to do a little polar bear diving, if you know what I mean. But I mean, consent is consent. Sometimes you got to know who's into it and who's not first. Eh? You don't just carpool in there.
Sounds like a Tuesday night at the Reynolds household, eh? Yeah. So Daddy Reynolds is saying it seems like a normal occurrence. Do you live near Edmonton? Because this happened near Edmonton. That seems like a very Edmonton thing too, you know?
That's a very Edmonton thing to
Yeah,
do.
for
Eh?
those of
They're
you who
very
know,
artsy up there.
yeah, for those of you who know Edmonton, that's a very Edmonton thing to do.
It's a very artsy place, you know.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of art, here's my next one here. So, woman caught on camera pooping on floor at Tim Hortons and throwing it at employee. Now this is a story. Now this wasn't in Edmonton, but it seems like something that would happen in Edmonton. This actually happened out a little further west in, I think, Vancouver.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah. And this lady was very irate about something. Maybe she had rolled up the rim and they didn't want to take it, and so she popped a squat. Oh, I remember actually. I read this story. They didn't
She
let her
rolled
use.
up her own rim, eh?
They didn't want to let her use the bathroom, eh? Like she'd just come
Oh,
in
that's
off the
right.
street, and they said you gotta be a customer, a paying customer to use the bathroom, eh? I mean, you could just buy a Timbit. They're like 5 cents, but she didn't want to do that. So instead, she dropped her pants and, you know, and yeah, poop.
I mean, at that point in time, when you're Canadian, you gotta weigh out your options. You can either say you're sorry and leave, or you can poop in your hand and throw it at somebody. And I'd like to hope that most of us would choose the former of the two. Eh?
Oh, Timmy wants to know what a 5-cent Timbit is. Oh, thank you, Digital Frog Base. Yeah, it's a donut hole. So like when you
Yeah. Eh?
when you have the donut and you get the drill press, right? Because that's how they get the holes in the donut is with the drill press, and then they punch it right through the center. That little bit that comes out the end, that's what we call a Timbit, and then we sell them for about 5 cents each.
Yeah. When they don't want the Timbits to reproduce, they snip them and they keep the balls. Eh?
Let's just move on, eh? I don't want to talk about that. You're making me nervous.
Yeah, it's Timothy's bits, eh? It's old Timbit.
Oh, this is a good one too. I don't know why it's cutting off the title there, but it says how seagulls pepperoni got Dartmouth man banned from posh BC hotel. So basically, the story about this is there's this guy who lives out east, right? And he's coming to Victoria, which is on the west coast. And so out east out east they've got this really tasty brand of pepperoni called Brothers Pepperoni, right?
A
And
good
so
pepperoni too, eh?
yeah, so this guy, he says, you know what? I'm gonna go visit my buddies out west. I'm gonna bring him just a whole mess of pepperoni, eh? So he packs it all into his bag and he flies over to Victoria and he's at the hotel. And unfortunately, there was no working refrigerator in his room for him to store this pepperoni. It's supposed to stay refrigerated, eh? And so what he does instead, he opens up the window to his hotel room and he just lets the pepperoni sit there on the windowsill so that way it can hopefully stay a little bit cool. And he leaves, goes for a walk, and he comes back, and there's like 30 or 40 seagulls in his room, just like pooping and squawking everywhere, right? And just making a real big mess, getting all into his pepperoni. And the hotel lady comes in to try and clean it, and she just has a freak out, eh? And so they banned the guy for 17 years. Can't go back to the hotel for 17 years. And all because of this pepperoni, eh?
Such a specific number too, eh?
Yeah. Well, because what happened was he was supposed to be a lifetime ban, eh? And then after 17
true.
years, he happened to be back in the area. And so he just went into the hotel and he said, I know that I'm not supposed to be here, eh? I just wanted to apologize for what happened a long time ago. And the manager thought at that time, it was a different manager, right? And obviously a more Canadian manager than the first one said, you know what? We're going to let it slide, bud. You can come back
Very
anytime you like.
forgiving of him, eh?
Yeah. 17 years and one day later, he brings in a wheelbarrow of sausages to the hotel. Could you imagine, eh? Like, they just let you back in the hotel. You come back with some more pepperoni, and you're like, hey, seagulls, come do your
Stop it
thing.
now, eh?
That would be next level.
Oh, jeez. Eh?
Oh, that's
I'm pretty
good.
sure that's what they call double jeopardy or something. Eh?
Double. Yeah, or
You
something.
can't get
Eh?
arrested twice for the same crime, right? So
I
you
think-
just bring back in more pepperoni.
If there's anything that I've learned from TV, it's that that is the case.
Yeah, eh?
Reminds me of the Beavis and Butthead movie with the seagulls. Exactly. Oh, man. I need to watch that again. All right, I think this is one of yours there, Bob.
Oh yeah, eh? So the Zamboni driver was charged with impaired driving after damaging a rink, eh? So out in St. Anne in Manitoba, they had to arrest this Zamboni driver for crashing into the boards between periods in a hockey game while he was resurfacing the ice on the old Boney there, eh? Turns out he was absolutely wasted, eh? It wasn't a beauty sight to see.
Well, I mean, he's at a hockey game. What else are you going to do at a hockey game, eh?
I mean, you gotta wait to celebrate after the job's done. Right? But, this guy did a little bit of an early celebration and just about ruined the game, eh?
Could you
Closer.
imagine, though? He's just got like this big rut right in the middle of the rink. It's almost like a maze now, eh? And everyone's got to try and like navigate through the maze while they play hockey.
It's hill hockey now, folks.
Yeah.
It's hill hockey now. You gotta work over the hump.
That's hilarious, eh? Well, I think that's our last one for that segment.
Oh, beauty, eh?
So there you go, some real Canadian stories. So now we don't have to feel so bad about making fun of Florida Man because now we've made fun of some Canadians too, eh?
Yeah, it's a true story. Eh?
Yeah.
True
Yeah,
story.
rough services. Yeah, just like back in the day on lake hockey. That's how you got to do it. These people they're a little too pampered, I think. They should just play some hockey.
So Chad, as much as Doug and I, we harsh on the Florida Man or some of the stateside folks too. Just know we got some real weirdos up here too, eh?
It's very true. Yeah, Canadian stories are much more innocent than Florida Man, says Justice Pirate. And Timmy's accusing us of not feeling bad at all about making fun of Floridans. Floridians? Floridonians? What are they called?
I believe it's called fluorides.
Fluorides, got it. Okay, fluorides.
They had to
Yeah,
remove them from our water a little while ago.
And from our restaurants. They were pooping on the floor. Anyway, let's take a look at our...
They're going back to monkey, eh?
Let's take a look at our next segment, eh? All right, so as we normally do, we do have, to wrap up the segment here, or wrap up the show, we have our tier list maker. In this case, we're looking at dangerous Canadian beasts. So we're going to rank some of the classic Canadian beasts that you may come across. And you'll notice we made some updates as well to our chart, eh? So you've got
That's
S
true.
tier, you've got A tier, which in my mind, actually, I think should probably go actually above S tier in my mind. If they're going to be A tier, they should be like top shelf, eh?
It's true story.
But then we've got B tier, C tier, and then we co-opted F for Z tier. For those of you who aren't aware of what Z is, it's the last letter of the alphabet, and it's the true pronunciation, I believe.
That's the Queen's English right there, eh?
Yeah, I like how Canadians say pooping, says Justice Pirate. Pooping.
Are they pooping, eh?
Yeah. All right, bud. All right, let's get into this. Who we got up first on this chart?
First, we got the badger, eh?
All right, so Badgers. No, now Badgers, you don't mess with Badgers, right? Oh, that's true. What are we ranking these on, says Timmy? Coolness, badassedness, or dangerousness?
Well, I mean, that's an excellent point there, Timmy, because I mean, in previous tier lists, we've taken a lot of things into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, the two brothers before did the old Disney villains and the America's Got Talent kind of sideshow. There were a lot of different factors that went into how dangerous in terms of, or how cool or whatever they were. So we're probably gonna have to balance it very similarly for this list, you know.
Yeah, I would agree. Eh? Yeah, we when we think of dangerous, I think we think of which one would you not want to meet in a dark alley when you're covered in pepperoni?
Yeah, it's a true story. Eh?
Yep. All right. Well, Badger, I think Badger's gonna be is gonna be up there. Those things are pretty vicious, bud.
They're pretty vicious, eh? But I mean, they're no honey badgers, but I mean, it's definitely not the type of animal that you want to be letting into your house and sitting on your sofa to catch the game with. You know what I mean?
That's very true. Justice Pirate is very disappointed that we don't have Mike Myers on here, eh? That's a valid point, eh? I mean, we there's a lot of Canadians we probably could have put on this list. We had to include at least one that we knew was going to be Z tier.
We're not gonna hint anything more than that, if you know what I mean, there, chat.
I mean, that dirty caterpillar on his face is probably more dangerous than he is. If I'm being really truthful here.
It looks like he drank a cup of chocolate milk when he was a kid, and his mom never wiped it off his face. Eh?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there soon. Let's get back to the Badger, eh?
All
Yeah.
right, let's get back to the badger. Eh?
So,
Well,
so
I mean, we usually use the first to set a standard, you know, for most of these lists. So I'm thinking maybe with the Badger, for me personally, it'd be like a B or an A, you know, one of
yeah,
those two.
I'm kind of feeling the same, eh? Like, cause they're mean sons of guns, eh? Like, you don't even have to really provoke them; they'll just come at you.
Oh, yeah, and they
So
got them large talons too. Eh?
yeah, and they're quick. They're speedy little guys. I'm almost thinking. I think A tier personally, eh? What
Yeah,
are you
I'm down
feeling?
for some A tier. Eh?
Should we start it off with the old A tier? I think he's gonna
Oh,
be an A tier.
let's throw it right in there.
Yep. All right. So next up, now he looks kind of like a beaver. This is a fellow by the name of Balzac Billy. So if you've seen the movie Groundhog Day, they got Punxsutawney Phil, right? Like he's the one that tells them if it's going to be in early winter. We've got this fool. His name is Balzac Billy, and he's supposed to tell us when winter is supposed to happen or if it's going to be spring early. I don't know if he's very dangerous, Bob.
I don't know either. Eh? I
He's
mean,
not
if
even
you,
he's
if
not
you
even
look,
accurate. He's like the stormtrooper of groundhogs, eh?
oh yeah, he misses it 9 times out of 10, but you know, it's that 10th time out of 10 that'll get you every time when he finally gets it right.
Yep. Oh,
But it just means it's
100%, eh?
unpredictable, eh?
Yep. I mean
It's
that's
unpredictable.
very true, but again, I don't know if I can put him anything above Z tier. I think he's just straight Z tier, but
Yeah, he's still a cuddly guy. I mean, you know, he's the kind of guy you'd probably walk up and bum a dart off, and you know,
oh yeah,
he'd probably be okay with it.
he's a real
I don't know if
Terry.
he wouldn't let you keep the lighter, but you know, he'd probably let you have a dart or two.
That's fair. That's fair, eh? All right, the next we have the majestic beaver, hey? We got it.
Oh, that beaver.
The
Eh?
beaver. Yeah, now the beaver is he's a very kind-hearted animal except when you try and break into his house, eh?
Oh, true. That's when you'll be looking at the beaver and saying, "Damn."
Can't believe you
Yeah,
went there, eh?
I digress.
That was a terrible joke, eh?
Yeah,
Hoser.
that was a hoser of a joke. Eh? It was not beauty. It was not beauty at all.
So what are we
So
feeling
anyway,
here? Yeah,
about the beaver.
joke of the night, says Daddy Reynolds.
I mean, if you look at those noshers, eh? If you get the front end of a beaver, you're gonna see two pearly whites on the top and two pearly whites on the bottom at just the right angle to do a devastating amount of damage.
I'm
Eh?
terrified this is going to get inappropriate really quickly, eh? You'd be angry too if someone ran over your tail and flattened it. I mean, that is also very fair. If anyone's never actually had a beaver tail, it's actually a very delicious dessert. And I'm not talking about like an actual beaver's tail. It's just called beaver tail, right? So don't worry, we're not actually eating beavers here. We're
Not with
just
that attitude.
we're just We're just eating treats, confectionery treats that are resembling their tails.
It's baked
But
goods, chat.
I'm feeling maybe like a C tier here. What are you
Yeah,
feeling,
I'm
Bob?
thinking like a C tier too, eh? Like they got a little bit of the natural weapon there to them, and they're handy with their tails, you know. And as Red Green would always say, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. So I mean, I'd probably
Hmm.
give Beaver the nice old C.
Okay, I can appreciate that, eh? All right. Speaking of B, we got the old Justin Bieber here, who unfortunately is a Canadian. We're trying to get rid of him. We're trying to dump him on you Americans, but you guys won't give him you won't give him
They won't give him
citizenship.
dual citizenship.
Like
He's
just
been
take him.
applying for 2 years. We
Just
just
take
want him
him, eh?
out, eh?
We
Just
don't want
take
him.
him.
Yeah.
Get this hose head out of here. Just take off.
Just take out. Do we even put him on the chart? Or is this maybe the first tier list where we don't even put him on the chart? We just leave him alone, eh?
You know, I think we should put him in Zed for now, but if we're feeling spicy later, I'm okay taking him back off, eh?
Okay. Billy is
No way
more
is he going
threatening
above
drunk.
Balzac Billy.
It's true. Yeah, you get a few beers in a Balzac Billy, and he'll ramp up to A tier real quick.
Oh yeah, he'll pull the jersey over your head faster than you can say a doghouse, eh?
Yep, no doubt, eh?
I don't even know why it would take you so long to say a doghouse, but he'll jersey you right quick.
Indeed, he will. All right. Next up, we've got the old bison or buffalo. What
That's
are
the
we?
bison right
That's the
there, eh?
bison right there. Now, bison, they got them. They got them big horns. Yeah, they are quite mean.
Mhm.
What are we
Uh,
feeling?
if you're thinking about the old Canadian band Black Eyed Peas, I believe the hump on the bison is what inspired the song My Humps, eh?
I've always thought that was about camels, eh?
It could have been, but I mean, being Canadian, you gotta assume certain things there, eh?
That's fair, eh? All right, so
But
we got a few people saying B tier. Trent says they smash vehicles. Timmy's getting bounced by Streamlabs for being offensive, apparently.
he was cussing up a storm there on that last one.
Whew, whew. Bison are very un-Canadian, very not nice. Yeah, don't cry, Timmy. We're here for you.
We're still
TK
here
says
for you.
bison are dumb. I mean, they are not maybe necessarily the most intelligent mammals, but they will mess you up. They'll
They're like
mess you up good.
giant lemmings, eh? They got that brick house power, but they got that smooth brain. Eh?
Speaking of lemmings, actually, so there's a place here in Alberta called Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump, and it's
Screw it
actually
up.
it's like a national monument, right, about this place where the Native Americans used to actually chase these buffalo, and they would just like run off the cliff, and then that's how they would die, right? So they could get a bunch of them all in one go. And there's a story about like a young boy who kind of wanted to watch everything that was happening, and the poor youngster, maybe not the brightest bulb in the box, he decides to sit at the bottom,
You wanted
the bottom of
front
the
row
cliff.
seat.
And yeah, he's right in the splash zone, eh? And, and so they run all these buffalo off the cliff, and they smashed his head. So it's called Head Smash and Buffalo Jump. So there's a little bit of history for you.
There you go, eh?
So B tier,
I'm thinking B for bison, eh?
B for bison. Yeah,
B for
we'll
bison.
can put him there for now, and then we can move him if we need to.
Oh, you betcha.
All right. The ever elusive Black Widow spider is up next.
And not,
Now we don't
not
have
the
a lot of
Scarlett Johansson one, eh?
yeah. Now we don't actually have a lot of these here, eh? Like these are not as common in Canada, but they do appear from time to time.
Yeah, a lot of them are more out east and more out west and sort of the tips where you don't get quite as much snow, eh?
Yeah, brown recluse. Now those are nasty spiders, eh?
Oh,
Like
they'll get you.
those spiders will mess you up. But
They'll sneak right up your pooper while you're on the old toilet, eh?
although I don't know if those are the toilet spiders, eh? But that would be terrifying.
True.
All right, so Black Widow, what are we feeling here? They are pretty nasty, and I don't know that they need to really be provoked. They'll come get you.
No, they'll come get you right quick, eh? I'm thinking we put them right up there with the badger.
You think so, eh? You think they're more terrifying than a bison? More
I mean,
dangerous?
I think for me, it's a matter of whether or not you're aware of the critter, right? I mean, with a bison, it's kind of hard to miss, but with the Black Widow, they'll sneak up on you right quick.
Okay. So are we saying more or less dangerous than the badger?
Ooh, that's a good
Clover
call.
Clover says A tier, but they go under badger in A tier.
Trent's saying they're more dangerous too, eh?
Well, he's more dangerous than the bison, I think, because that's when we were talking about that, eh?
Well, that's fair. Eh? That's fair.
So
So I'm thinking for this, I mean, it's a tough
right
call
here,
for
chat?
me. I'm okay putting them on either side of the badger there, to be honest with you.
Bison, you can heal it from the gore. Just patch it right up, eh? You'll be right as rain in 2 seconds, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Just throw a little of the old super glue on her,
just put some leaves on it.
and then wrap that in some duct tape, eh?
It's true. The poison can put you in the hospital if you're not. Well, I mean, the bison will put you in the hospital too, eh?
Yeah, that's true, eh? But at least the bison might pay for the bill.
All right, what do we got next here? We got the old Canada Goose. I'm feeling S tier right out of the gate.
I'm at S tier right there.
This is arguably the most vicious animal in Canada. Eh?
Oh,
You think
absolutely.
people ask me all the time, like, why do you call it the Canada Goose if it's so mean? And it's because you think of Canadian people as these nice, generous, apologetic people, and it's because all of our hatred is channeled out of us and into these birds, and then all these birds that just they'll come at you with no provocation at all. Eh? They'll just run up and they'll peck you, and they'll bite you, and don't they have like teeth on their tongues or something like that? I'm pretty sure
Their tongues, they are basically Tyrannosaurus geese, eh?
they've taken over the U.S. as well. Yeah, it's like they didn't realize that the War of 1812 is over. Eh? They're coming for your White House.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's what these that's what these geese do, eh?
Oh, it's true. They'll make your worst nightmares come to life in about 3 seconds the moment that wingspan gets out and ready, eh?
They will straight up mess you up, eh? So yeah, I'm thinking this is S tier. Swift
That's
kick,
S tier right
swift
there.
kick, and they usually go away. Eh? You'd think
so, TK.
you'd think until they bite your leg mid kick.
They're also a protected species, so if you're witnessed harming them in any way, you could actually get arrested for it too, eh? So
Golden.
It's kind of a one-sided fight. I mean, even our government knows you just don't mess with them, eh?
You don't mess with the goose. Yep. Just
Don't
like
mess
in
with the
Top Gun.
goose.
So, Golden Girl, there was a Canada goose at the zoo today that was hissing and trying to bite anyone who came close. He was guarding the mommy goose who was sitting in her nest. Eh? Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is especially when it's like egg laying season, you see a goose, you just make a wide berth, right? You give it plenty of space, and it might still come for you. Yeah.
Oh, you betcha.
Terrible animal, very comfy jacket, says Cup of Kiwi. That's why they're so expensive. You know how many people die every year trying to hunt Canadian geese for their down to make those jackets?
Mm-hmm.
You wonder why the population of Canada is only 34 million when the population of the United States is like 340 million? We lose
Because
probably
we're
a good
controlled
10 to 20 million people every year to hunting Canadian geese.
Yeah. That's apex predator right there, eh?
Apex predator, Canada goose.
Apex predator.
Yep. All right, what do we got next here? Was this
Next we got a cougar there, eh?
Ooh, a cougar. And I'm not talking about like Courtney Cox Arquette, eh?
Yeah. We're not talking about going out to the old back alley bar and picking up a couple of grandmas. No, we're talking some regular old cougars here.
Cougars will mess you up, eh?
Oh, they'll mess you up something fierce. They're basically house cats but bigger.
Yep. Hey, Winchester and Wonderland, thank you very much for that host, eh? Welcome in.
Well, welcome in there, eh, Winchester. Good to have you here, bud.
All right, so let's see here. So what are we feeling for the cougar?
So I'm thinking the cougs is probably going to be up there with the badger. I mean, I kind of lumped the two of them together in terms of just attitude and ferocity altogether.
That's true. Hey, Digital Frog makes a very good point. So our great-grandfather was known as Cougar Jack because he ran out in his underwear and shot a cougar out of a tree that was on his property that was going to like maul all of his livestock and whatnot, eh? So he's
When's the last time you fought a ferocious beast with your dangler out, eh?
We should have put Cougar Jack on this list, eh?
Cougar Jack definitely should have been on the list, eh?
Kiwi, I'll ship you a cougar, says Trent. Just let me get him in a box first. Don't threaten me with a good time, eh? All right. Well, what are we feeling? Yeah, you definitely. I think cougar could be S tier, honestly. Like, definitely more dangerous.
Over in the chat thinking maybe cougar goes between the badger and the black widow spider, eh?
I don't know, eh? I think a cougar could take down a badger.
I think you're probably right. I mean, the badger would give it a run for its money. So if anything, I would be either high A or low S.
I'm personally I'm looking at the rest of this list too, and I'm seeing maybe one or two others that might be S tier. I feel like the cougar goes S tier. These things are pretty dangerous, eh? If you want a tow, I can get you a tow,
I'm
says
still
TK.
thinking. I'm still thinking high A here. I'm looking at the list too, and but I gotta tell you, I'm seeing at least 3-ish S's if we want to keep it balanced.
That's fair. Eh? Yeah, so JF Raptor fan, the rating system for this one is most dangerous Canadian beasts.
And we're
So
talking dangers in attitude or ferocity or natural weapons or the predilection to grow a mustache on your face and pretend like you're
and get arrested in a German airport for trying to keep a monkey with you.
and wear an adult-sized diaper when you're getting into your own car.
Hmm. So what are we feeling? Maybe high A for now. We can always move them around, eh?
Yeah, I'm thinking high A for now. Eh?
All right. So what do we got next? Is this the
So that one there's a
is this a-
coyote.
the old
It's a little
coyotes?
smaller. Yeah.
Digital Frog says check your messenger. Hold on a sec. I lost my phone, eh?
Oh no, eh? Hold on, eh?
Oh yeah, there's a picture. Hold on.
Oh, you
Hold
got
on, let
the
me see.
picture of Cougar Jack there, eh?
Picture of Cougar
It's-
Jack.
Don't worry, Chad. It's TOS friendly. He's wearing his knickers this time.
I gotta pull it up in the old Facebooks here. Give me a second here. We'll show you a bit of Bob and Doug heritage here.
Little Bob and Doug Canadian history.
This time. Yeah, not every time. Sometimes we show you pictures and you gotta be careful. You don't know what it's
So,
gonna be.
Chad, I gotta get you to imagine that I'm playing the recorder and I'm doing a little bit of the old Canadian heritage.
So I will warn you that there might be a bit of a trigger warning here because there is a dead cougar in the picture, the one that he killed. But it's not like it's super bloody or anything. It's just here's the picture. Let me find this. Give me a sec. Let me open back up the. There you go. Little picture. That's some heritage right there. Cougar Jack, great grandfather to Bob and Doug here, with the cougar that was on his property trying to kill his livestock.
with his clothes on and everything.
He's got his clothes. He's got his clothes. So there you go. Heck yeah. Eh?
She's a big old beaut too.
Whew. All right. So what are we doing? We're on coyote.
We're on the
Let's
old
see.
coyote, which is I mean, if you're from Australia or something like that, it's basically our version of a dingo. We got these bad boys everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they're not likely to carry off your babies. I mean, maybe
Oh,
they
that's
will. I don't
true.
know. But
That's true. No, coyotes are a little bit more polite than the dingoes are in that sense of the
Yeah.
old tradition.
yeah, Rocky says coyote is C tier. I honestly, I'm kind of thinking the same. Like probably more dangerous than the beaver, but definitely not going to be like B tier with the bison. I think.
Oh, because you got to see a whole pack full of coyotes to take down one bison. You know, I'm with you on that boat. I'm thinking
Yeah,
low
yeah,
B.
that's true. They will carry off small pets. We've seen that before.
Or
Yeah,
high C.
yeah. You got your
High
little
C.
toy poodle. They'll come in. They'll get it, eh?
Yeah, they'll scoodle your poodle right out of here.
All right. What do we got next here? Is this a caribou? I think this is a caribou, eh?
Well, that's the elk right there.
Or is
bud.
that elk? Okay.
Oh, you betcha. Well, it's the caribou kind of elk, though. You were right.
Yeah,
you
small-
were right.
Small
Sorry, I was
pets
being a
like Justin.
hoser.
Small pets like Justin asks
Yeah.
Timmy the Spork. 100%. If only
We
we
wish,
could
eh?
get our
We
cougars.
wish.
The cougars don't even want Justin Bieber.
Yeah, because they know not to touch that hoser.
Yeah.
They'll infect you if you bite them, eh?
Or even the coyotes.
No,
I should
infect
say,
you.
not the cougars, the coyotes. The coyotes don't even want him.
He'll infect you with a poor attitude and a lack of Canadian spirit.
So elk. Now here's the tricky thing with elk is, so elk they are dangerous, right? They got the antlers. They're pretty sharp, but also they tend to wander out into the road, when you're trying to drive, and then
That's true, eh?
you got to pay your deductible to get a new front end on your car, eh?
Mm-hmm. If it's car versus caribou, you know the caribou is going to basically win every time, eh?
Absolutely, eh? Yeah. Grace says, "Wow, I thought the beaver hate was just a thing for my area." Not true, my friend. Yeah, we Canadians, we're sick of them. You guys can have them, honestly. Just take them. We want nothing to do with them.
Now the antlers, like you said, they're pretty dangerous. They're a pretty dangerous rack. But even without the antlers, if they ever shed them, those front hooves will tear you apart like scissors just as easily. Eh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Do a
absolutely.
little
Eh?
dance. Do a little dance in the air when they're fighting each other.
Yep.
It's like watching a Canadian Rocky Balboa have at it, but he's got spikes for hands. Eh?
Clover says, "I'll show you a dangerous rack." Yikes! Eh? Don't threaten me with a good time.
So I'm thinking for the elk here. I think we slapped that bad boy up in B tier. Eh?
In B tier, you think? Eh? Now, is the elk gonna come above or below the bison? Eh?
Well, it's got to be below. I mean, even
You
just the
think?
weight differential is enough, I'd say, for that one.
That's fair. Eh? That's probably fair. All right. Now, speaking of big boys, we got a big old grizzly bear here. Eh?
Oh, the Grizz.
What are we
Oh,
feeling on the old grizzly bear? A moose bit my sister, says Digital Frog. Don't worry, we got the moose on the list, eh? We're gonna get to the moose. I got a good story for the moose. I'll save it though. I'll
nice.
save it.
So with the grizzly, there's a couple of key points you got to think about, eh? If you're out in the wild and you're getting chased down by a bear, there's a couple of things that you can do in terms of like curling up into the fetal position or climbing a tree even. But if it's a brown bear and you climb a tree, oh boy, you're out of luck right there. He's gonna take you right down. Grizzlies are built a little different though, eh? If you can get a high enough tree, you can actually climb up and out of the way of a grizzly well enough that they can't get at you.
The tricky
They're a
thing
little
though with
less
those is
climbing inclined.
you gotta be like a Spider-Man level climber, eh? Like
That's true.
you gotta hoof it up that tree because those grizzlies they can climb trees a little bit, just not as
A little bit, just not as adept, eh?
yep. Yeah, they'll just rip the tree apart is what they'll do.
That's
TK
that's
makes a very good point.
sooner their choice for sure.
Burst and they're fast, eh? Like these things they'll clock in at a pretty good pace. Honestly, I think the grizzly is going to be S tier personally. Like probably as much as I want to joke about the Canada Goose maybe being the top level S tier, I feel like grizzly beats Canada Goose.
So grizzlies have been clocked at about 56 to 60 kilometers an hour, eh? Which is about 35 miles per hour if you remember the old maths.
Very
So
true.
I'd say that's pretty quick. I'd say that's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah, let's see here. So, so Digital Frog sent me another thing here. It's just a picture of a warning sign. It says, due to the frequency of human bear encounters, the BC Fish and Wildlife Branch is advising hikers, hunters, fishermen, and any persons that use the out of doors in a recreational or work-related function to take extra precautions while in the field. We advise the outdoorsmen to wear little noisy bells on clothing so as to give advance warning to any bears that might be close so you don't take them by surprise. We also advise anyone using the out of doors, I love how they call it the out of doors, to carry pepper spray with them in case of an encounter with the bear. That's true. You can get like
That's
bear
also
spray. Eh?
true. It's true.
Outdoorsmen
But
should also be on the watch for fresh bear activity and be able to tell the difference between black bear feces and grizzly bear feces. You can tell because of the consistency, eh? You just pick it up
took is the way it is.
and you just smear it in your fingers and you can tell the grizzly bear feces is a little bit tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, black bear feces is smaller and contains lots of berries and squirrel fur. Grizzly bear poop has bells in it and smells like pepper. I see what they did there.
Not Pepper Winkle though, eh?
I'm not gonna lie, they had me in the first, and then right at the end, the punchline. I totally missed that. Smells like pepperwinkle, says Cup of Kiwi.
Oh geez, eh?
Checks out.
Oh, it checks out.
Yeah. So personally,
yeah.
again, I'm feeling S tier. I'm feeling S tier here,
feeling
Bob.
S
Like
tier too.
like right tippy top of the list right now. I think.
Doug, I'm right there with you, bud. Let's
Yep.
throw that bad boy up and
Stand with Rams, says Cup of Kiwi. Yeah, I thought it was by taste. I mean, so Clover, you can taste it too. Like the sign says, the grizzly bear feces is a little bit more peppery. It's got like little peppercorns in it.
You thinking we're putting the bear above the Canadian goose though, bud?
Oh, absolutely.
You
I
think,
think I think a grizzly could take down. I think the grizzly's the only thing that could take down the Canada goose if it decided to actually fight it.
I was gonna say if they actually decided to go, beak to claw, but I'm thinking the grizzly bear might be just a little too intimidated to even start the fight, eh?
Yeah, potentially. You never know. You never know, eh? Yeah,
What do you think, Chad? Eh? What you think between the goose and the bear? Should it be goose then bear or bear then goose? Eh?
Do we poll this one? Do you think we just make a poll?
Poll this one.
All right.
'Cause I'm still mighty scared of that Canadian goose. Eh? I got nightmares in my nightmares.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna make the poll question here. So grizzly bear. So above goose or below goose.
Is the bear gonna get the goose's goose, or is the goose gonna goose the bear?
So we got the poll up in the chat there, eh? So you can go ahead and vote. Duck, duck, gray duck. Oh man, what is that from again? I recognize that. What is that from? Duck, duck, gray duck. In Sweden, they say that. That's where I heard that from. It was from Pepperwinkle, I think, actually told me that. Yeah, that's so
Well,
funny.
we're
Eh?
almost back, eh?
I knew I heard that somewhere. Yeah, Pepper
We're
and
three
Waza.
on the above goose for bear. Oh, we're three on the below goose for bear, eh? They are
Really?
neck and neck right now, eh?
Whew.
That's a tight looking race.
That is a very tight looking race. We got to get somebody to break
We gotta
that
break
tie.
the
Eh?
tie, Chet.
We got. Hey, there we
Oh,
go. We got a
right,
break. Is it gonna last though? Oh, yep.
Oh, it's starting to take away.
It makes more sense when playing the game, but I can explain that later. All right, sounds good, Clover. You let us know. I'm curious to know why they call it the gray duck and not the gray goose, maybe. All right, so we
Alright,
got
well,
it. We got it above goose.
Bear stays above the goose, eh?
Yep. All righty. Cool. All right. Next animal. What do we got here?
That's the Richardson ground squirrel there, brother.
I think it's going to be Z tier, right above beaver.
That's got to be right above beaver.
So these-
Beaver.
Also known as like prairie dogs, right? I think some people call
Yeah,
these
it's
prairie
basically
dogs.
prairie dog. I mean, they got a lot of chirp to them, but you know, at least they got better facial hair than the old Justin Biebs over here. So yeah, we're throwing them right above the old Biebs.
That checks out, eh? All right. I don't know if there's too much discussion to be had there on that one. What's next on our list? What do we got here? This is the old Canada loon, is it not?
This is so all of y'all who don't live in Canada, where you make fun of our money for what we call it when you see those little gold coins come out in your change and you're like, oh, what's this? And we're like, oh, you got a loony there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That's because it depicts a picture of this old bird right here, the Canadian loon.
Yeah.
Has
Well,
has a beauty of a sound to it too, just a beauty of a sound.
Yeah, well, that's just it, eh? Like, so for those who are not familiar with Canadian money, so like Bob said, so our $1 coin we call it a loonie because it's got a picture of this Canada loon on the front, and then
That's true.
if you have a $2 coin, we could just call it a toonie, even though it's got a polar bear on the front. You'd think that we would have called it a poonie, and then
That sounds a little dirty, eh?
yeah, so we couldn't do that, so we called it a toonie, and then for a while they were thinking about making a $5 coin, and they were going to make it out of wood, and they were going to call it a woody, and that didn't happen either.
Yeah, that didn't happen either. Again, you can imagine the repercussions, eh?
Yeah. Timmy, I would not expect anyone to call it a poonie. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's got a polar bear on the front. If we're following the same naming convention as the loony, it would just make sense.
Mhm.
But,
It's true, eh?
yeah. Yeah, the toonie should be called a mooney. Has the queen on the front and a bear behind. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Ayo.
Because the queen is on the other side, and then there's a bear,
Old-
right?
Old Queen Lizzie II's pressing ham, if you know what I mean, eh?
Could you imagine, eh? Be the wrinkliest ham I've ever seen.
Oh, the wrinkliest.
Anywho, Canada loon, eh? What are we
The
feeling
loon.
on the loon? Now it is still a bird of prey, kind of, but obviously
I'll be
probably more
honest,
akin to like a duck than to the Canada goose here.
I'm thinking top end of the Z tier there, eh? Right to the left of old Balzac Billy.
That's fair. That
Being in
checks
that
out. Eh?
mascot costume, I'm sure he gets pretty warm in there, and he doesn't have a lot of peripheral vision. So I'm pretty sure the loon would take him out pretty easy.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption, eh? Hey, Jimmy Potato, what's going on, eh? Welcome in. We're doing a
Hey,
little
welcome
bit.
in there, Jimmy.
We're doing a little bit of a tier list here where we're taking a look at some Canadian beasts and ranking them on how dangerous they are. So you're in for a real treat here. Rocky says Z in front of the beaver. Wait, the beaver's not in Z, the beaver's in C. She's thinking of Balzac Billy. She's thinking of Balzac Billy. It's okay. Yeah, I saw beaver and I died. Yeah, beaver's the bottom of Z tier here. Even the Richardson ground squirrels beat him, eh? Like he probably squeal like a little girl and just take off.
We're still talking about Beaver on that one.
That's okay, Rocky D. When I first looked at it, I thought it was a beaver. I thought it was a beaver too. See, he's even screwing up my language. I can't even talk.
Hey, Ozer, it's not my fault. Hey, you're controlling
you
your own
take
mouth.
off.
Hey, you take off. Hey.
All right. Well, what do we got? What do we got here? What do we got? What's this black and white bird?
Oh, that's a magpie. Eh?
Oh, that's right. Eh? Yeah, these things. I don't know if these things are terribly vicious, but they are annoying as heck, eh?
Yeah, it's true. Magpie will it'll peck the eyes out of some of your livestock. It'll wake you up at about 6 in the morning with some very unsightly sounds.
That's true. Yeah, they do peck the eyes out of cattle, like while they're still alive, right? Like that's pretty metal. That's a pretty metal bird to just like, hey, cow, I see you're alive, but I want your eyes. So See ya. No pun
If
intended, eh?
if you're ever if you're ever in the heat and somebody's like, go for the eyes, eh? That's basically because we learned that from the magpie. It's the magpie method right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe high C, maybe low B tier. What do you think?
I don't know that I'd put it in front of a coyote because
Hmm.
I'd still think the coyote might be able to take it. So I'm thinking between coyote and beaver, to be honest
Thinking
with
right
you.
here. Yeah, I could go for that, eh? I could go for that.
Because the coyote could probably take it on, but I don't know that a beaver would
That's
have much of a stand in
probably fair, eh? Yeah, true fact. Magpies remember faces and will hunt you down if they see you. That is very true. Magpies,
it.
magpies are the Liam Neeson of the bird world.
They got one of them like crow versions of that like heritage photographical memory, eh? Where they'll even tell their buds, it's like, yo, that
Yeah,
hoser right there tried to throw a rock at me. Tell the gang to
yeah.
take him out.
Heaven,
You know.
heaven help you. Heaven help you if you kidnap a magpie's daughter, eh? Like,
Hmm.
I don't know who you are, but but I have a particular set of skills. Skills that will make me a nightmare for a person like you, eh?
Yeah, I know, eh?
I will find you and I will peck out your eyes, eh? All right. All right.
I will
So
find you. I will call you.
Jimmy says, I'm very happy you have the Canadian goose and S tier. We can stay friends, eh? Right? These see
Yeah, I know, eh?
Jimmy Potato gets it, who's also a fellow Canadian.
True enough.
These things are vicious AF, my guys. These are not happy birds.
No, eh?
The Magpie's Daughter sounds like the good title of a murder mystery. Ooh, that does sound like a really good book. Maybe it's like the sequel to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, eh?
Yeah, true story, eh?
All right, let's take a look at our next one on the list. We got the moose. So I've got a really good story about a moose here, eh? So
The majestic was go right ahead, eh?
when I was in high school, there was a girl that I went to school with, eh? And so she was part of like the students' council or whatnot, right? And they
Wait,
had
wait, wait.
this. Hmm?
Is she a moose?
No, she's not a moose.
Okay,
But
okay.
so
Sorry, continue.
okay,
Continue.
so they go on this trip, eh? For students' council, this leadership retreat. They go on this camping trip, and anyway, so they're out there, right? They're out in the bush, and she comes across a baby moose, and she goes to pick it up, and suddenly Mama Moose comes charging from out of the bushes, eh? And just charges right at her. And she's lucky that it didn't kill her because it actually was pretty mad and it like broke her arm and stuff. She came back to school and she had her arm was all messed up. It was like pinned and stuff because it just messed up her arm, something fierce.
Oh,
And
gee.
like moose, you don't mess with moose, eh? Like they are massive. They are big creatures. Like honestly, I'm thinking moose could be S tier.
Oh, and I'm thinking the same. Eh? They got that dump truck booty that weighs about the same as a dump truck. You know.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, eh? And those antlers too, and they are vicious. They are not friendly. Moose
No,
once bit my sister.
I was waiting for that one eh? For you monkey pythoners out there.
Uh, those who are in
Yeah,
charge of chat have been sacked.
those who are in charge of sacking Chad have now been sacked too, eh? Both heads.
This is well thought out and legit. I'll never miss the show again. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jimmy Potato. So we are here every 2 weeks. This is a very special episode. We had a Channel Points Redemption Challenge a while back for a Bob and Doug themed episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers. So normally
It's
we
true.
aren't this Canadian per se in the show, but do appreciate you being here. And we do this show every 2 weeks, so we'll be back for the next episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers in 2 weeks. But we're not done yet. We've got 7 more of these beasts that we got to figure out.
Oh, you betcha, eh?
I have no idea what Bob and Doug are. Is it a Canadian thing? It absolutely is. So I mean, and maybe we should have prefaced this at the beginning. So you American folks, you have the Saturday Night Live, right? Eh? In Canada, we had something called SCTV, which is called Second City TV, and it was our version of SNL, eh? Where we had a lot of Canadian comedians. A lot of them got their start on SCTV. So you got your guys like Rick Moranis,
Mm-hmm.
Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, some of the greats, John Candy. They all got their
Mm-hmm.
start on SCTV, just doing random bits. And so there was a recurring bit called Bob and Doug McKenzie, and that was Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, eh? Not the Wendy's guy, mind you.
Yeah.
Different, different Dave Thomas. But I bet you he'd still buy you a burger if you asked. You seem like the kind of guy who'd buy you a nice burger. But
True,
anyway, so
true.
that's who Bob and Doug McKenzie are. And if you go on
And
YouTube them, there's a lot of clips and there's even albums and stuff that you can listen to
uh,
of just Bob and Doug.
I was gonna say, if you want a little bit of the Canadian heritage too, they actually came out with a full feature-length movie called Strange Brew and it's a beauty flick if you get the chance. It's basically like the Bob and Doug McKenzie movie. You know,
Very good. Yeah, absolutely. It's got Max von Sydow in it too. If you know who Max von Sydow is, just a
Jeez,
beaut of a movie. Just a
what
beaut.
a champion! Eh?
We should have a movie night in Discord one of these days and just watch Strange Brew. I think that'd be good.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
beauty.
yeah.
Eh?
If you haven't seen Strange Brew, you are missing out. Seriously. Yeah, and their dog Hosehead. That's true. Their dog's name was
Yeah,
Hosehead. Drinks beer out of his dog dish.
true
Um,
story. Eh?
it's a good movie. Good movie. Anyway,
Real
back
good.
back to the moose. We're getting distracted, eh? I blame you, Hosehead. All right, we got the moose. What are we thinking? We're feeling S tier, eh? Like maybe,
I'm feeling S tier because Golden Girls also put in a little fact here that the male moose can stand about 6 feet high at the shoulder and weigh about 1,400
yeah,
pounds. Eh?
that's at the shoulder,
Which, you know,
right? Like so, he's still
that's
got like the
the
rest of him, right?
shoulder.
This is
So if
basically the Yao Ming of animals. It's a big
so if you
boy.
move that to metric, that's 1,400 times 2 is 2,800 plus 30 is 2,830 kilos. Eh?
Yeah. So Timmy's asking why moose so much higher than caribou. So moose are much larger than caribou and have a very mean disposition as opposed
Way
to
more
caribou.
aggressive. Eh?
Yeah, caribou can be quite docile, or elk can be quite docile, whereas moose, much like the Canada goose, channel all of the Canadian hatred within them and will just mess you up for no real good reason, eh?
The moose is like basically if you take 10 Vancouver Canucks after the Canucks have lost their game and they start riding, it's like that amount of danger, but inside of one animal, eh?
Yeah.
And it's like that amount of rage inside of one animal is never a good sign.
Rockety thinks it belongs in front of the Canada goose. Interesting. Yeah, for US people, elk is equal to APC, moose is equal to a tank. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Nucks fan being dumped on this stream as everything I love. Yeah, we've got no love for the Canucks. Get out of here, Canucks. Well, I mean,
Yeah, take off, Holders.
we appreciate Canucks the people, not Canucks the hockey team. So
Except if they're the only Canadian team left in the division.
that's
then
true. That is the law of Canadian hockey is you dump on the Canucks and you dump on the Senators unless one of them is in the playoffs, in which case
Then
you
you
have
cheer for
then you have to cheer for them. So
like you're from there kind of thing, you know.
yeah, exactly. Eh? So that's kind of how it goes. What do Canucks and killer whales have in common? That's a good question. What do they have? Both get confused when surrounded by ice. Oh, that is good.
Rug back in here with
Yeah.
another hot one.
Jimmy approves of this message, eh? So where are we feeling the moose then? I've got a couple people saying we put it in front of the Canada goose. Should
I'm
we?
still
Should we?
saying I got nightmares, eh? I'm still nervous about having that bear in front of the goose. There's
That's
no way
fair.
we're gonna lose the
Do we
goose.
pull this one again? Do we do another pull here for the
Might have
moose?
to pull another one for
Okay,
the moose
I'll-
goose.
Got another pull coming here for the moose. So we're gonna
I
have
mean,
the moose.
Elliot Moose is on the loose, but this goose is gonna. I don't know another rhyming word, but you know where I was going with it, eh?
Yeah. And that checks out, eh? So all right, we got the poll going. Go ahead and vote if you want it to be before the goose, meaning that it ranks higher than the Canada goose, or if it should be right where I've left it, behind the goose. So go ahead and vote in that poll, eh? I think
True,
that's true. I mean, that is very fair, Rocky, and I think that part of it is the novelty of having the Canada goose in S tier.
Oh, it's not a
Or are we
novelty.
being kind of realistic? I mean, to an extent, right? If it comes down to a moose versus a Canada goose, pardon the rhyme, but who's gonna take it? Who's gonna come out the victor?
True enough, eh?
So I think it's a valid question, eh? Let's take a look
True
and see
enough.
where we're at right now. So we've
I
got
mean, if you think about it, though, the goose has the aerial advantage, and the moose has just got the antlers. Eh? It's not like he can
That's
swipe
very
at it
true.
or nothing.
It's very true. Yeah, that's true. Why are the plurals so different? Geese versus moose. That's a very good question because
You
it's
don't call 'em
basically
beast, eh?
yeah. Goose flies away until it has the advantage. It's very true. Yep. The moose is the only beast out of this list that it almost killed you. Oh, I feel like there's a story there, TK. Are you the girl that I
Story.
went to high school with? By chance? Just out of curiosity. So it looks like the poll ended here. Everyone is, or not everyone, but the majority is saying leave it after the goose. So we'll leave it where it is. What did I come in on? Says Tina. Hey, welcome in, Tina. Welcome in. This is the Bob and Doug episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers. So we are very Canadian. Right now, we are doing a tier list ranking of the most dangerous beasts that are from Canada or
you
in
betcha,
Canada. So right now, we're looking at the moose, and we're about to move on to the mountain goat. Yep, English is very hard. This is true.
All right.
What
Canadian mountain goat, eh?
Oh, so Tina wants to know about the goose. So the Canada goose, this is
Oh,
like this is one of the most dangerous animals in Canada. So we've only had like two mass homicides in Canada, and one of those was a goose.
one of those was a goose.
So that's kind of how it goes. Yep.
I'm getting nervous if we say goose too much, or one's gonna come to my house tomorrow.
You're gonna summon it like what is it, Bloody Mary? Eh? You say goose into a mirror 3 times, and it appears. Yeah.
Except you say goose into a bottle of Pilsner and spin around 3 times out in the park.
English doesn't borrow from other languages. It follows them down dark alleys, hits them over the head, and goes through their pockets for loose grammar. Yeah, that checks out. I think. That's yeah. It does. I don't question it. I just speak it, right? So
Swap out that Pilsner for a Molson.
all right, mountain goat. We got mountain goat. What about the mountain goat? So it's got the horns, right? And I know these guys can be pretty rough too when they get into it. When they get a little bit of the Coors Light in them, right?
Yeah.
Mess you up.
If the other cool thing about the Canadian mountain goats is if you don't got enough pocket change to go and see Cirque du Soleil, you just drive yourself out to the mountains and watch the side and watch them do little tricks there on the mountain, eh?
Mhm.
They'll jump around all nimbly pimbly from rock to rock and won't even fall down. It's like they got gyroscopes built into their heads or something.
Yep. And Timmy makes a very good point as well. Fun fact: the mountain goat is neither a goat nor a mountain.
True. Although it'd fool you enough thinking it's not a mountain with the way that it scales those things, eh?
Digithor says Coors Light, Pff, Pilsner, or Club, eh? That checks out. Yeah, that checks out.
True story.
Molson. Got to get a couple Molsons in them. I think the mountain goat can be low C tier, says Rockety. Low
I'm
C tier, hey?
thinking, I'm just trying to think here. If a coyote and a goat were to come to terms with one another in terms of an amicable battle here,
Yeah.
it'd be a tough call for me. I'll be honest with you. A lot
Mhm.
of it depends on the terrain, and a lot of it depends on a couple other things here. I'm hard
That is
pressed to be
true.
either
It's
either
basically
high C or low B or something. I don't know. Somewhere
it's
in that
yeah,
area.
it's basically the Obi-Wan Kenobi of the animal kingdom, right? It's always got the high ground, eh?
True enough, eh?
So it's hard I think to place it where we think it should go. I mean, so we got Jamie
The
says
Overwatch
can't
would be
can't be
versus
higher than
the
Buffalo.
and a coyote Skywalker, eh?
Coyote eats the goat, says TK. I mean, I'm apt to agree with you. I think that maybe the mountain goat, maybe we put it maybe before magpie, you think, or after magpie. I think it goes right in that pocket between beaver and the coyote.
I think that's a good pocket right there, eh?
That's yeah. So I think it really comes down to whether it's more dangerous or less dangerous than magpie. I'm leaning towards more dangerous, I think, than the magpie. I feel like the
I'm thinking
magpie couldn't get the up and up on the mountain goat. It's not as like it's a cow or something, right?
because I mean one of the main forms of communication between goats is you watch them knock skulls, right? Like they're used to that kind of violence. It's just part of their nature, but they're not necessarily angry
Yeah.
creatures. It's just how they do, eh?
Not unlike Edmontonians.
Yeah, true enough. Eh?
Just bang their heads on stuff and hope it fixes the problem, eh?
If you're ever up in Edmonton and somebody comes up and gives you a headbutt, don't get mad. It's just
Yeah.
their way of saying hi, hey? It's what they're
Yeah.
used to.
It's just how they do. Mountain goat can scale mountains, but magpie has the advantage of flight. I mean, it's very true. Yeah, after the coyote, before the magpie. Yeah, I'm thinking this is right where the mountain goat belongs, eh?
Yeah, I'd say that's a right good beauty place there.
Yeah, no lies detected in this stream, says Jimmy. All right, so we've only got a few crazy beasts left here. We got the next one. This is a rattlesnake of some sort, is it not? A prairie rattlesnake.
That's the prairie rattlesnake right there. Eh?
These guys are quite venomous. I'm thinking we may even put these, in my opinion, above the black widow spider, eh?
I'd be inclined to agree with you. If you're out in the prairies and you start hearing bacon sizzling and you know nobody close by is cooking bacon, I mean, you got to start looking at your toes and hoping you don't get bit, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Eh? And now the question too, because I mean, I've seen the video of badgers fighting snakes, and it seems like the badger comes out the victor. So that's where I'm thinking that maybe the snake goes like right here, eh? Like
Yeah, I'm thinking that
everyone's seen that honey badger video, right? I mean, the snake might
that's a
bite
good
him,
way for it.
and then the badger takes a little bit of a nap, right? And he comes right back
Mm-hmm.
and takes the W. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of where we put the snake, eh?
Oh no, Clover's hockey team lost, eh? Can we get a
Oh
bonus?
no. F's in chat for Clover's hockey team. Eh? Actually, wait,
Chat.
who are you rooting for? If it's the Canucks, then I take that back. No F's in chat for the Canucks. Oh, true. Yeah, Minnesota Wild. That makes sense. Yeah, being from
All right,
Minnesota. Yeah,
fair
we'll
enough, eh? All right, F's in chat, eh?
F's in chat for the Minnesota Wild. Eh? Hey, that's a nice F. That's a glorious F.
That's my freakazoid F, eh?
Oh, that's a very good freak. Is that one of yours? Is that one of your emotes? No, that's
Oh,
from
it's one
somebody
of my
else.
buddies' emotes, eh?
That's a good
I wish it
emote.
was mine.
F's in chat for the Minnesota Wild. All right. Next up, we have the old raccoon, eh? So we've got
Yeah, the old
raccoons.
trash panda, eh?
The old trash panda. Now, these guys, I feel like, I don't know, I find them to be a little bit like cuddly, eh? Like
Yeah,
they're just there to do their own thing. They're not there to hurt nobody, eh?
I mean, they are garbage bandits, eh? But a lot of things you don't know about raccoons is they're probably one of the most hygienic animals out there, even though they eat through trash. Because before they eat anything they find in there, they'll always make sure to dunk it in water and give it a nice little wash first, eh?
And that's just common sense, eh?
That's
Like
just common sense.
that's probably smarter than most people I know, eh? You get all these guys,
True enough.
you see them in the bathroom at a hockey game. They don't even wash their hands, let alone their food, eh? So
Yeah, and I see a lot of people go to the grocers and buy a bunch of apples. Eh? They got them pesticides on them, and a lot of them are just like, what do the kids say? It's like YOLO and just eat the apple before washing it, eh?
I love how Timmy says the only creature so far with opposable thumbs, while Justin Bieber's on the list. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, remember Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy and RJ from Over the Hedge. Like,
I mean, if we're talking about the differences between a raccoon and Justin Bieber, I mean, one's a trash panda, the other one's just trash, eh?
you got me there, bud. You got me there. It's a valid point. And the raccoon's never been arrested. So,
True enough.
yeah, proof that Justin has thumbs, says Timmy. I mean, you got me. You got me there. So, what do we feel? What are we feeling so far for the raccoon chat? Where are we thinking the raccoon belongs? Do we think the raccoon is maybe C tier, maybe below
I'm
the
thinking,
beaver, or
I'm
above the
thinking
beaver?
C tier here, but I'm not sure about where on the side of the beaver it would go, eh?
That's a
But
valid point.
I
And
could see him sticking with it for a pretty long time, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know who'd come out on top.
that's valid. Now that said, one of my favorite Christmas movies is the movie Elf, eh? And if you remember,
Oh
there's the
yeah,
one scene where Buddy the elf comes right out of the Lincoln Tunnel, or he's trying to get to the Lincoln Tunnel, and he comes across the raccoon. He tries to give it a hug, and the raccoon just like mauls his face, eh?
hmm
Now that said, obviously he didn't die, so he can't be that dangerous, maybe, but you never know.
you never know when a raccoon's gonna go ultra instinct on you, eh?
Yeah, no, it's very valid. So TK says Z tier, but above the Beebs. We got a couple of votes for C tier. We got a vote for A tier as well. Do we just throw this right into a poll and let everyone vote?
Let's run it.
We're kind of all over the map. Daddy Reynolds getting getting auto modded. Man, that auto mod is just vicious. It's funny because I don't even have auto mod turned on yet. It's taken it upon itself, much like
I think
RoboCop, to just
that's
do
your
it.
Streamlabs, not your Automod, eh?
But it's my auto mod in Streamlabs.
Oh, I got you.
I don't even have it turned on. I don't even understand what it's doing. But
Fair enough. Eh?
so we're gonna say so the raccoon. So
Yeah, that Automod, if it's Canadian, should be on this list too, eh? It's
yeah.
been vicious. Timmy.
So I'm
It
not
is
gonna
vicious.
put S tier on there because I don't think anyone believes that it's gonna be S tier. But
Oh, no way.
so we got A tier, we got B tier, we got C tier, and then I'll say high Z and low Z because I feel like that's where most of the votes are coming from me.
Oh,
The
Clover's
poll
saying
is
they
up.
got some weird weather, eh? Little rumble in the jungle, but she not moist.
Thunder and lightning, but no rain. Oh, that's wild, eh? It hates my patootie, says Daddy Reynolds. It's true. Be careful using the word patootie. You might get auto-modded.
True enough, eh? I don't know if patooty's a good word, but if you use Heine might work for you, eh?
That checks out, eh? All right, so how are we doing so far? We're about halfway through the voting. It looks like most folks are saying hi Zed so far for the old raccoon, eh?
Fair dues, eh? Fair dues.
Just trying to think of a safe butt word. My safe word is pineapple juice. I don't know if Tina's still in here, but
What about Tookus, eh? Tookus is a good
took
one.
us, yeah, Heine, yeah, eeny meeny, Heine ho.
Mhm.
Oh, we got a tie right now between C tier and high Z tier. We got any last minute votes? We got a last minute vote for high Z.
It's coming right down to the wire there, eh?
It is high
There
Z.
it is.
High Z tier.
There it is.
Whew, that was close.
Let's slap that bad boy right above the loon there.
Right above the loon. That checks out, eh? All right,
What a
so
battle.
we're down to our
You could
last.
imagine-
We're down to our last few, eh? So we've got what is this? A white wolf?
So this is a timber wolf.
What
eh?
timber wolf? Okay.
Canadian timber wolf.
Christmas hams.
These bad boys are large and in charge. If you've Chad, if you've ever seen like an Irish wolfhound or something like that, these bad boys get to be about that size. So we're looking almost like 4 to 4.5 to 5 feet from ground to shoulder. At sometimes they are massive.
Now, one thing to consider here too, eh, is most wolves are pack hunters, but we are taking this as a singular wolf, correct?
True, true.
So it's something to consider. Canada even exports those to the U.S. to reduce their deer herds. Fun fact. There you go. The lone wolf, the white wolf,
lone-
also known as Winter Soldier. Except this one doesn't have a metal arm, eh?
No, not. Hopefully not. Eh? If we ever see a wolf with a metal arm, we gotta change this tier list.
Yeah, it's top of the S tier at that point, eh?
That's top S tier at that point.
Welcome in, Stella. We're just ranking Canadian beasts and how dangerous they are. So, of course, Justin Bieber's right at the bottom of the pile, eh?
Oh, just smoking it.
Below the Richardson ground squirrel. Right now, we're talking about the Timberwolf. Been doing some lurking while you played Risk of Rain. Excellent.
Oh, you know I love me some Risk of Rain, Stella. Anytime you wanna go gang on that one, let me know. Eh?
Is that what this is? Yeah, that's exactly what this is, Stella. Heck yeah. So what are we feeling on the Timberwolf?
Timberwolf, there's no way I'm putting it anywhere below A. No way.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
gotta be either S or A for me. Eh?
I think it's going to be somewhere near the Cougar. I think the Cougar still wins in a one-on-one battle, eh? Just because again, the Wolves are more pack hunters. If it was a pack of wolves, this would be a very different conversation. But I think one-on-one, I think the Cougar takes the wolf. But the question I think is the wolf take the badger? And I think at least for me the answer is probably a yes, eh?
Oh, the answer is definitely a yes for me.
So I'm thinking that we put the Timberwolf right there. What are we feeling here, chat?
I feel like the Timberwolf could probably take on the Cougar, but I don't know about the Moose there. But I'm thinking the Wolf might give a Cougar a run for its money, just for sheer size, eh?
Clover says the
They're
lone
a
wolf.
lot bigger than I think they would be.
The Clover says the lone wolf champions the Cougar. This is sounding more and more adult themed, eh? the Watch Live
Take off.
welcome in.
Clover coming in here trying to bring in your adult jokes, eh, you hose head?
I mean, Jimmy makes a very good point that badgers are a-holes, man. Like, they can be pretty vicious little sons of guns, eh? But I still feel like in a one-on-one battle, I think the wolf, just from the sheer size and the teeth, eh, probably takes them out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it goes. How are we feeling? I think this is good. We don't need no stinking badgers.
There, eh?
Yeah, no, that checks out. That checks out, bud.
All right, fair enough then, eh? Fair
All right,
enough.
who we got next? Who we got next on the list?
The Watch Live, thanks for the compliment, eh?
Oh yes,
Glad
appreciate that.
All right, next up on the list here, and if Justice Pirate's still here, because she referenced this earlier with her Mount Logan joke, but we got the Wolverine up next, eh?
Indeed. Now this is not James Howlett Logan. This is just a straight up Wolverine, eh?
It's not the Hugh Jackman Logan either.
No adamantium. No adamantium here.
Ain't no way, eh?
Yep. Still very vicious. These things will mess you up pretty good, eh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the question for me is, where does it fit on the list? I feel like maybe high B tier, perhaps.
They could definitely pop a winter tire, that's for sure. But I feel like temperament-wise, they're not quite as aggressive as badgers are unless you threaten them, whereas badgers are just ornery all the
Yeah.
time, eh? So
Did
I'm thinking beats here with you.
Yeah, so Digital Frog says should have had the great A&W root beer bear. So fun fact, actually, that he is not Canadian. The root beer bear A&W actually was founded in California. So
True enough.
the root beer bear would not be Canadian, eh?
They do like to pander to a Canadian audience, though.
Indeed.
Just like Alex Trebek, but in reverse, where he panders to the American audience after he
Mm.
moved away from Canada.
The bear is Canadian, though, he says. I'll have to look into that.
I
See,
want to
now
see
I'm
the
curious.
Bears' birth certificate, eh? I want to see birth certificate. I want a proof of parentage and heritage. You know,
Is this bear Obama now? Is that what's going on, eh?
is the bear tagged?
His full name is the Great Canadian Root Bear. Could you imagine his mom getting mad at him? Eh? It's like, hey, the Great Canadian Root Bear, you put that down, or so help me.
Name, eh?
You get no maple syrup for a week. Does the bear poop in the woods? That's a valid question. My question is always does the Pope poop in the woods? I like to mix them up, because is the Pope Catholic and does the bear poop in the woods? I like to mix them. So does the Pope poop in the woods? Because I feel like that's also a very good question. If the Pope is out in the woods, does he get special treatment, or is he pooping like the rest of us? Maybe that's a bit of a side
I
tangent.
feel like you poop like anyone else, but I think we're digressing a little bit. Eh?
Is this bear Catholic? Also a valid question, Timmy the Spork. But no, I would agree. Maybe high B tier. What are we feeling, chat? Yeah, we got some oh my's. We get some oh my's in chat.
We're doing it without the adamantium, eh?
Yeah, no. This is
Adamantium
as the French would say. This is no adamantium.
or sans adamantium.
Oh right,
eh?
that's how it goes. Yeah,
Sans adamantium, eh?
yeah, that checks out. All right.
Checks out.
So last on the list is John Wick
Oh, we got John.
or
Wick.
Keanu Reeves. See, this is the crazy thing is, I don't think a lot of people are aware that Keanu Reeves is in fact a Canadian. So Edmonton Ninja Turtle, this is a tier list of the most dangerous Canadian beasts, of which Keanu Reeves technically is a Canadian. He was actually, so I read this the other day. He was born in was it Beirut? I can't remember. He wasn't. He was not born in Canada, but he immigrated here as a very young age and grew up in the Toronto area. So that's the thing. Now, to the earlier question too, does he? Are we talking about his role? Or are we talking about him as a person? So here's one of the crazy things about Keanu Reeves, right? So, and maybe not many of you know this, but for the John Wick films, he actually got trained up in how to use a gun properly. So he is quite the gun-asseur, if you will. And
Yeah,
so
he takes a lot of his roles on the same way that Jackie Chan did back in the day, where he does a lot of his own stunts and he does a lot of his own practical stuff, so long as it's not too dangerous. But definitely for the gun such, he definitely knows how to pick up a rooty tooty point and shooty and knows how to take care of
yeah,
business.
absolutely. Daddy Reynolds, what about this guy, Deadpool? That's another one that we did not think to put on the list. We probably should have, We didn't want to put like too many, I don't want to say jokey ones on there, but we had to have Bieber on there so that we could at least make sure that we had something in Z tier. But
Biggest joke of all, eh?
it's called a marksman. That is valid. That is valid.
That's what I said. Rooty tooty point and shooty.
Also valid. But yeah, honestly, like I think he's up there. I think he's a pretty dangerous fella.
He's a dangerous fella for sure.
Yep. So where do we put him? And maybe we do this one to a poll for chat too, and see where chat wants to put him. Edmonton Ninja Turtle, dead set on putting him in Z.
He is too nice, eh? But I mean, a lot of these guys are nice until you get
That's
the
true.
jimmies all rustled, eh? That's what it comes down to. Is if it's down in the heat of the moment, you got to do what you got to do.
This is valid. This is a valid point. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. So we've got S, we've got A tier, B, C, and then Z tier, and then
Chad, this one's up to you, eh?
yeah, I mean, I know where I'd put him personally, but yeah, till you threaten their maple syrup stash. Yeah, I just want to say, like when we were talking earlier about that great maple syrup heist, I don't think that would have happened if Keanu Reeves had been there, eh?
Ain't no way, eh?
Yeah.
He'd have stopped that dead in its tracks.
I'm a big dude. You sure about that? No, that's fair. That is fair. Size does not always make you the victor. That is a very valid point.
Unless you're in sumo wrestling.
That okay? You got me there. Maybe size does matter, eh? So we were talking about Keanu
Rocky's
Reeves.
asking person or character.
So we were talking about the
Doing it
person.
As the person there, Rockety. Sorry for missing that message earlier, eh?
Yeah. No, that's a
Sorry, I
valid
was being
point.
a bit of a hoser looking through chat there.
So we've got one person voting Z tier. Any gambles as to who that might be? We got a few people saying S tier. Looks like it's probably going to be S tier.
It's gonna be S tier, eh?
Large percentage of the poll. Yes, like 60%. Say S tier. Edmonton Ninja Turtle. I have a very specific set of skills too. Mine involves burning toast and and for
Popcorn, eh?
and forgetting to flush the toilet. So there's my set of skills.
Oh, geez, eh?
So now okay, I'm gonna do one more poll here for S tier in terms of where we're gonna put him in S tier. So
Your other skill is getting diabetes, eh?
yeah.
Because of all the
Oh
maple
man,
syrup shots.
how many maple syrups have I had so far? I think I want to say I'm at like six maple syrup shots. Am I mistaken? At least 5 for sure.
like-
Eh?
That's like 42 metric maple syrup shots, eh?
That's a lot of maple syrup. I already forgot what I'm doing. Eh? Oh right. So we're looking at where to put him in the S tier. So I'll say before Grizzly, before Goose. Oh boy, here we go.
Well, look at that, eh?
Oh,
You
look
got
at
two
these.
more shots coming
We
your
got a
way. eh?
twofer. Thank you, Clover, for those gifted subs to Digithor and Lizardwife. Eh? I gotta do two shots here. I'll get this poll up and then I'll do 2 of the maple syrup shots. Holy smokes, eh? Before Moose, and then I'll say bottom S tier. All right, so let me get that poll going while I start pouring the old maple syrup shots. So for those who want to know what kind of maple syrup I'm drinking this evening, here it is again. 100% pure maple syrup, Canada Grade A amber, rich taste. It is very delicious. Goes down smooth, eh? So let me
Nice.
pour. Very smooth. Let me pour some of that here. So I got to do 2 of these shots, eh? There's the first one.
Pouring Golden Girl in here with a little bit of smooth jam. To the smooth drink.
That's one, eh? 100% pure maple syrup. Actually, Crown Royal inside. You got me. You got me, Digithor. As soon as I start slurring my words, you'll know I've had too much maple syrup.
You've been busted, bud.
Here's the second one.
Should wash that down with a liter of cola.
What is this, Super Troopers? It is like pure sugar.
Shenanigans, eh?
My wife begged me not to do maple syrup shots, and I said I had to. It's for the people.
It's for the people. It's gotta be for the people, eh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard to sleep tonight. I can feel it. It's already like coated the inside of my mouth, eh? Need some pancakes. Oh, I should go make some pancakes. Actually, I've kind of got a hankering for some pancakes now, eh?
You don't even got to put the syrup on them. Just swallow a pancake cola. You got enough in the stomach to make up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Eh? All right, let's take a look at these results and see what are we saying here. We are saying bottom of S tier for Keanu Reeves. Okay, fairly decidedly so as well. So it looks like we're putting Mr. Keanu Reeves here. So now that we've got everything on the list,
True
how
enough,
do we
eh?
feel? How do we feel about the list? Is this looking pretty good? If we got everyone where we want them?
I mean, for aesthetics and also just given what's on either side of it, we might even just want to move that Black Widow down to top B, eh?
That's fair. That's fair. That way it's kind of, that looks good. That way it's kind of even for the most part on how many we have at each tier. Yeah, that checks out.
Even Stevens, eh?
Yeah, yeah. No, that checks out. Let's see. How else are we feeling? Is this looking good? So S tier, we've got the Grizzly Bear. We have the Canada Goose. We have a Moose. And we've got Keanu Reeves. Yep. A
Feeling pretty
tier.
solid that one.
Yeah. TK makes a good point. To my
Again,
earlier, I think we pull him off the list altogether. I don't know if I can do it anymore. Actually, can I? I can't. I can't pull him out.
oh no, eh?
We'll just draw an X through his face. A tier. We've got got the cougar, followed by the timber wolf, then the badger, and then the prairie rattlesnake. B tier, we have the black widow spider, the wolverine, a bison, and elk. C
Beauty.
tier is the coyote, the mountain goat, a magpie, and the beaver. And then Z tier, we have the raccoon, the loon. I love how these all rhyme, eh? Didn't even mean to do that. Oh, I got the maple syrup burps now, eh? We've got Balzac Billy, Richardson ground squirrel, and the old Beebs.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me, eh?
Yeah, just hit the big delete button on his face, eh? 100%. Checks out. All right, so do we want to make any changes? Are we feeling pretty happy with this? I think seems like chat's pretty happy with this, eh?
I was gonna say for the first time here, Doug, I don't know that there's really a lot that I'd change. It looks like a beauty of a list, aside from that Black Widow, and even then, it was more just for the aesthetics than it was for anything else. I feel like we pretty much nailed it out of the park this time around.
Yep, yeah. Clover agrees. Pretty happy with the list. I think we call it a day there. We take the old snapshot of this list.
That's the hat trick you look for right there, eh?
100%, eh? So let me grab a snapshot of that, and I'll save it so I can post it in the Discord, eh? And that can be, we've got it for what's the word I'm looking for? Posterity. Posterity. That's the $10 word for today. Yeah, and I'm not talking about butts either, eh? Usually you're talking about the posterior. This is posterity. Let me just say this. Excellent.
True story.
Dr. Rush says that he thinks the Badger and the Wolverine should be swapped. Well, it's too late, eh? I already took a snapshot.
Done deal, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that checks
Been
out.
encased in maple syrup like those mosquitoes in Jurassic Park.
Excellent. All right, well, let me flip it back to the other screen here. Your face is too late. Wow. And see, now there's a true Canadian insult right there, where it's just your face. Your face is too late. Doesn't matter what it is. It's just that's how you retort. You just you're an idiot. Well, your face is an idiot.
Yeah, eh? Hoser.
Yeah. That's just how we do. The Discord link broken. Hold on. Let me try it again here. You let me know if that link does not work. That I might need to post a new one. Eh? Give it a minute here.
So Doug, eh?
Yep.
It's been a beauty of a night doing this stream with you, eh?
Absolutely. Thank you again, brother.
Yeah, no worries, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all good, Edmonton Ninja Turtle. Yeah, it just I typically go by Casey in here, so I try not to dox myself. It's all good though, bud. Yeah. My wife has done it like 3 or 4 times, so you're honestly not the first. So
My wife.
my wife. It's all good. It's all good, brother. Awesome. Oh,
All
Ninja
right.
Money. Ninja Money.
Oh,
I can't even talk.
Monkey.
I'll blame
Both
the syrup. I can't talk straight anymore.
Another
you're-
fantastic Canadian streamer gentleman right there, folks. Ninja Monkey, if you get a chance, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. But my real name is Rush. Yeah. But I am your wife in the streets. Hey-oh. There we go. Well, thank you so much again, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for the subs and for the bits and for hanging out. Thank you for the alerts and for scaring the crap out of me from time to time. We will be back again for the next episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers in 2 weeks' time. So check us out, not next Monday, but the Monday after, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And in the meantime, I will be back streaming again Wednesday evening as I normally do. Ram, I don't know when you're back in. When are you back? When are you doing a thing?
So outside of my my old Bob Mackenzie here persona, so I have finally Got a new machine. Thank you to my beautiful, beautiful family who saved up behind my back and surprised me with it this weekend. So I now have a machine that I can stream with again, and
Hooray!
hooray! I'll be back up and streaming probably as of this weekend, I believe.
Heck yeah.
I'm hoping for that. I've just moved all the scenes over. Everything's kind of looking good to go. I just haven't actually done any test streams with the new machine yet. But you should probably see me sometime Saturday, if not Sunday. And I am so excited to be back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Awesome. Well, should we roll out with another Heck yeah. All right. Let's find somebody to raid. Thank you so much
Right.
again, everyone, for tuning in. Honestly, we have so much fun doing this.
Oh, it's a blast. Yeah.
And so we can't wait. Like as soon as we're done one episode, we're already planning the next one. So
It's
this is what, number 4 now, I think. This is episode 4, I want to say.
episode 4, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, look for an episode 5 in 2 weeks' time. Let me see who is online right now that we can go share some love with. And Ram, I don't know if you've got anyone in mind as well.
I got a couple Canadians if we want to throw some love around.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Let's go raid a Canadian. I don't have any Canadians on my list right now. Actually, I've got one, but I raid him fairly frequently. So if you've got somebody. Yeah, it is wrong. It's got one too many fingers, but otherwise it would look like the peace sign. So I had to give him an extra finger.
I've typed the name in chat there. They do a lot of role play Skyrim, and it's beautiful. They are an actor by trade, so it is hilarious to watch them act out basically their own characters. They do Skyrim. They're also a very, very new streamer. So if we want to
Oh, that is
give
awesome.
them a whole lot of, it's just called Two Brothers Love from Dr. Ram and Casey Jones. I'm sure that they would absolutely appreciate it.
100%. I threw the old raid call in there too if you feel like doing the old copy paste on that. And I'm going to do that myself here as well because I always forget. So thank you again so much for everyone for tuning in, for hanging out and having some fun with us. We honestly have a blast doing this and hanging out with you guys. So
Thanks for redeeming this channel reward as well.
yeah, as well. Yeah, thank you so much. We'll probably do some more stuff like this in the future where we'll come up with cool themes that we can do for Channel Points community challenges. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. Stay frosty, stay cool, eh? Keep your stick on the ice. Yeah. Hey.
If they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Exactly. Yeah. What's the word in Latin?
Omno omni fluncus mortati.
That's the one. Thank you. Excellent. Well, have a good night, everyone. Let's go give some love to Max Funk, and we'll catch you guys again soon. Bye.
Okay.